απάντες, τιμήσομεν συμφώνων τιμήσει, ως Θεός αυτόν ειλικρινός, σε λίδες τους τη συμβήνει, ευηδελούντας, σώσον και βόντασι, δόξαντος δοξάζαντι Χριστό, δόξαντος Agio. No, it's not Agios, I think it's Thavmastos and whatever. Okay, chat. We're here. We're live. We have business to discuss. Okay? Get your top hats on. Get your hats on. Okay? Get your stuff ready because we have, as I like to say, business to discuss. Okay? We're going to jump straight into it. Chat. Number one, before we get started, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on the notification. We have business to discuss. Yeah? We have, as we have seen here, a couple of things that we want to go over. We want to demonstrate to you, man, that there's some trouble afoot. Yeah? We have some trouble afoot. Let's explain. Chat. As you know, I have a Twitter. First of all, follow me on Twitter, by the way, okay? Jerome Chukwuem, follow me on Twitter, follow me on all platforms. On Sunday, we had a debate. Not a debate. We were chilling at church, doing our thing with the priests, doing our thing with the man, doing our thing with the layman. We were doing our thing, worshipping God, yeah? Apparently, the New Guarders, yeah? The Muslim New Guard. The New Guarders have entered the UK, okay? They've entered the UK. These men have thought that they're now able to come to our bits and actually challenge us. That's what they believe. That's what they believe. We were chilling on our own, son, until this guy decides to call us out. Now, for those of you that don't know, this guy is Islamic Apex, otherwise known as Anas. Now, Anas burst onto the scene and tried to run Bible contradiction argumentation against God logic and was fishing for debates against the high-ticket debaters, and then he got kicked out, okay? He got kicked out. He then tried to come and debate against me multiple times, and I used to go up on lives and fold him very easily, okay? It was very easy. I tell him, you know what? Grab your shank. Grab your argument. Grab your argument and we'll make it fair. Okay? I can't refute you like this. So he goes away. He leaves the apologetic scene, and guess what he becomes? He starts selling peptides. He starts selling peptides. Chat. He goes from debating to the peptide meth. You have to understand, chat. He goes from the debate meth to the peptides. Why? Because the debates weren't working. His channel goes stale. You feel me? So, chat. We finished now. Maybe a year goes by, 2 years go by. He's not popping. I've retired now. You know what I'm saying? I hung up my cape. You feel me? I hung up my cape. And we're thinking to ourselves, nothing's going to come of this. Bro, this guy rises again. This guy rises again. We're thinking, bro, who is this guy, bro? He comes back onto the scene with a new, I guess, found sense of knowledge of apologetics. And so blasé, so brazenly, he challenges me. He says, I'm in London too. Let's debate if you're not scared. Were you not the one that went to go and start banging peptides, bro? Were you not the one that left the scene? Not for spiritual reasons, by the way. To go and sell product. Was that not you? Could never be me. I would never betray the faith for supplements, bro. That's not me. That's me personally, though. You left to go take care of your skin. You left for dermatology. I left for the Lord. You left for your looks, bro. You feel me? Like, and that's not my fault. Wallah, that's not my fault. How can you get onto me and be making all these accusations, like, pull up? What do you mean pull up? You left the dean for the dermals, bro. I can't help you. So now he comes and he's trying to argue against me for whatever reason. I don't know. He says, I'm in London too. Let's debate if you're not scared. So apparently, all the New Guarders, all of them came to London. All of them just came to London. And I'm saying, bro, you challenge all the Christians to debate on genuinely conceivably, the worst day of the week. The one day that you know for a fact all of the serious Christians, all of the Christians that are about their faith, that aren't going to ask a dispensation, they're going to be at church, bro. So I'm like, Okay, fine, whatever. You do you do your thing. You know, there's no hate, no tea, no shade, no foul, no harm, no foul. Do what you want. Okay, do what you want. So I guess he's been ankle biting for a bit now, and then he just says something stupid like he says, "Your crew is setting it up for Wednesday. Be there." What crew, bro? Who are you? Brother, we've had no private communication, no public communication up until this message. And you're telling me your crew is setting it up for Wednesday. Be there. Who are you? Trying to goad me into a debate like I need to. I love debates. Chill, of course, sure. But bro, who is my crew? Who is that? Who is that? So I was confused. So I replied to him and I said, look, you want to debate me in real life? My schedule is basically given the mission just finished, right? You know what I'm saying? And then obviously the comments speak for themselves. I think he messaged me on Twitter and then I replied to him and I nearly got the ratio. I don't have the ratio yet. So you might need to go there and, you know what I'm saying? Get that up. Let's ratio this guy on Twitter, please. Anyway, he says your crew sent up, be there. I can't lie to you, Anas. Brother, DAWAH was terrified of you, gang. Bro, DAWAH was terrified of you, bro. The way that you're staring non-menacingly into the screen, no one's terrified of you, bro. You got it, bro. So why are we here? Why are we live, chat? Jerome, why would you go live when Logic's live and all these people are live? Well, number one, I don't care about who watches me. I don't really care about who watches me. I care about my own people. I care about my audience and whatever the case that may be. You know what I'm saying? You got Jay Dye live, you got Jesus and whatnot live. I think he's live with Stuart. You know what I'm saying? And we might tune in and watch a little bit of that as well as at the end. But it's cool. So, we have a bunch of UK DAWAH that we have to go through. Why? Because apparently they landed here. And this is where it actually starts. So, we went through this message and it's because there's a tweet that's gotten around 400 likes, okay? By Chris at Speaker's Corner. He said, I just debated DAWAH dialogues on the Islamic dilemma and Muhammad in the Bible. Face to face at Speaker's Corner. Some amazing moments. Itachi didn't know the Exodus 4 account regarding Moses' hand having both leprosy and being made free of leprosy. She thought she saw a conscious edit, but it was only made to appear that way. Itachi told me that the hadith of Moses having his clothes stolen by a rock to prove he didn't have a scrotal hernia is actually to prove Moses never had leprosy in his hand. Amazing. Moses needed to be butt naked to prove that he didn't have leprosy in his hand. I almost debated Islamic Apex, but he got upset mid-debate that I was bringing too many Quran verses, so he demanded we change the debate format. A new one for me, but very enjoyable. A big thank you to the manager, Dr. Malik, for making it happen and for the Christian fundraising. Okay. Let's break down all of this kind of stuff, okay? Let me give you a timeline of all of these people, okay? I'm going to give you a timeline of all of these people. And I have like a picture that basically like encapsulates like the entirety of like this event. You know what I'm saying? I have a picture that encapsulates this. Where is it? Where is it? Is it this one? This one? Yeah. All right. So this is the picture, okay? This is the picture. This picture right here represents basically what happened that day, okay? We're going to talk about all four of these people. So, let's start at the beginning. Yeah, actually, whoa. Let me chill. Let me chill. Let me chill. Okay? Let me chill. You know what I'm saying? All right. So, let me start from the beginning because I know that there's going to be people that are going to miss the law. People are going to miss the law. You know what I'm saying? They're going to miss the good deets, the good details, the good nug that they pay to see. You know what I'm saying? We haven't fallen off that far. Let's get back to our 3-digit, man. Get back to our 3 digits. Can someone tell the server that we're live as well? You got to tell the server. You got to tell the people that we're live. Okay. So, let me tell you. Yeah? It's crazy Ubi Petros teaches Arabic and Syriac. Good. Let me tell you who all 4 of these people are. Yeah? I'm gonna break down all 4 of these people right here. Okay? So listen to me. This is the day. On the top left, right? All of these people are what I like to refer to as the new guard. Okay? If your name appears here, you are now the new guard of Dawah, and you are the reason that your Dawah sucks. You are the sole reason why the Dawah scene as it stands in the Anglophone sphere sucks. Okay? So, let me name the first person and the cause of all of this mayhem. Dr. Malik. Okay? Dr. Malik, you can thank for assembling this hodgepodge motley crew of Islamic debaters right here, okay? If you want to know the problem, the cause of this mayhem, look no further than this man right here, okay? Look no further than this man right here. So, in the beginning, he had a prodigy. His name was Libiano, otherwise known as the Orthodox Muslim, or as we like to call him on the show, Tom, okay? Now, Tom blows up. He blows up and he dips. As soon as he sees how bad this guy is, he dips. For my UK people, Dr. Malik is like the poet of this new guard. Libiano gets his bread, gets his clout, becomes full-time, and leaves, okay? He leaves. But there's a second person coming up, and her name is Cora the Tammy, okay? Now, all of these people I've known from day. Cora the Tammy is the next person up, and he pours money into her, time into her, value into her. Hell, some people are allegedly saying they were doing a thing together. I'm not going to comment on that, okay? She does the exact same thing. She gets to 100K, gets her bag, and leaves, okay? Leaves. Now, the next person up is Itachi. Now, it's not just Itachi, it's Itachi's shawty. Yeah, that's right. She called herself Itachi Shorty. Why? I don't know. Okay, you're telling me. Now, as the music is coming down, those are the 3 big hitters. We can call these the legendary Sani, to be honest with you. This is what I would like to call his big 3. The big 3 were the main people on his card that he could say are promoting the Dawah. Okay? He was the main people promoting the Dawah. Now, Libiano's not here because he's out of the gate. Dr. Malik is this guy down here. Okay? He is a person that used to do medical stuff. Then he became a rapper. Then he became a da'i. Okay? Or rather, a da'i manager in the back end. This guy, bro, I could make a whole episode about this guy right here. The reason why people do not like him or don't even want to say his name is because generally people consider him unhinged. Okay? Unhinged. They don't like him. Now, he is terrible at debating, like generally speaking. And he knows it, by the way. He knows it. He's bad at debating. And so he will outsource his debates to these people. This is what I like to call the new guard, okay? The new guard are the people that would do the debates, and he would basically work behind the scenes with his knowledge of the rap scene and everything to basically garner those people's views. You see what I'm saying? Now, this may be included but not limited to view botting. So he would be fine with botting people's views as well, okay? Now, here's the thing that I also want to say as well. When it comes to people like Islamic Apex, okay? Apex is not part of the big 3. Out of the big 3, only she remains. Okay? Out of the big 3, only Itachi remains. And the reason why is because Libiano and Cora got big enough to be sustainable without him. And Malik hates that. Malik hates that. He hates the idea that people can grow big enough and then just leave him. He hates that in his heart of hearts. Because for him, it's betrayal. They didn't end on easy terms. They ended abruptly. Okay? Now, come to the fact now. Okay? that Itachi has been the only one loyal to him. Why? I suspect she's waiting for her breakout moment too. And she will leave this guy in a heartbeat, okay? In the beat of a chest. And the reason I think that she will leave in the beat of a chest is because this guy's volatile. He's volatile. There's no way that anyone actually looks at him and thinks, okay, he's going to last in the debate sphere. He's not going to crash out. He's going to be sensible. He's going to be mature enough to actually last. No, he won't. There's a reason why he's not a rapper, because he beefed everyone and then left, okay? So, that is the general history of the big three, okay? Now, where does this guy come into play? He saw a spot with Libiano and Cora leaving, and he wanted to fill that spot with his own clout. Now, he thinks he can go full-time in content, and good luck to him, okay? Good luck to him. He won't, I don't think, because he's not in it for the right reasons. And because he's not in it for the right reasons, it will never, ever work. Now, what does that have to do with this guy, Muhammad Hijab? See, Muhammad Hijab is kingpin over here in the UK for the UK DAWAH scene. And everyone goes over to him for a cosign, okay? They always go over to him for a cosign. But the cosign, again, will never, ever, ever, ever in a million years work because he fundamentally is wary of these three. He loves the spotlight. He loves the spotlight. So he will never give it up. So that is the history of the big three. Now, we also have other people that are coming up as well. All of these people get free plugs. Maki the Salafi, Islamic Apex, I believe is another one. And that's pretty much all that I can think of. But anyone that you can also think of as well, all of these people are part of the big ticket debaters. They're not big ticket debaters, sorry. They're part of the new guard. And so it is to this scene that we turn to when it comes to basically all of these debaters here. We had the old guard, then we had the transition era with Muhammad Hijab, with Jake the Muslim. And now we have the new guard era, and the new guard era is basically with them. Now, for some reason, we have General Creed in the chat saying the Belt Boys. Who are the Belt Boys, bro? Who are the Belt Boys? Also, yeah, another thing as well. Don't challenge me to a public formal debate on a random day and not check in as to whether or not I can even do it on the day. You don't know who I am. You don't know what I can do. You also don't know what I do on my normal days. I have no business just, attending to you. Who are you? Who are you? Right? All right. So that's all of the new guard that I can think of, okay? Those people. And there's a really, really weird history about them. And I might make a video basically curtailing all of this. Now, the person I want to focus on is Soko Films. Because all of these people flew over from the UK, flew over from the US or whatever country they came from to basically like dominate Speaker's Corner. And my idea is because they wanted to be like God Logic. As a matter of fact, okay, the actual way to understand all of these people is their relationship to God Logic, okay? So, if you draw a big circle around God Logic right now, if I go like this, God Logic. Think of God Logic as an ecosystem, okay? And God Logic's ecosystem is like this big. Now, God Logic used to debate other people, and then sooner or later, he became part of his own ecosystem. Because of that ecosystem being so big, people started to branch off to try to get debates from God Logic. And it's to this end that we get what we like to call Libiano, okay? Now, Libiano tried to make his own orbit, but the reason why he wasn't able to make his own orbit was because he's too big, number one. And also, he's not good enough. But he didn't need to be good enough. He needed to be the first. And so, because he was the first, he successfully has made a semi-orbit. But it can only be fully his own orbit if he's able to beat Logic once and for all. Which can only happen if he like swallows his pride and, says sorry. Which, again, he will never do. He will never, ever, 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 ever say sorry. Okay? So, that is Libiano, right? But from Libiano, you then have all these other pockets as well. Remember, the orbit isn't only with God Logic against Muslims, it's also with other Christians. And this is where we have someone known as Lady Logic, right? Or God Logic's wife, which is basically part of the Logic household, I like to say, okay? But from Lady Logic, someone else spawns in, and that's Cora, right? Cora tries to build her own orbit. The problem with Cora is she's not sustainable. She had one viral moment, and it's not sustainable. Cora tries to do what Libiano does, but Libiano had more time, he had like 2-3 years to basically build his own orbit. But Cora wasn't able to. He basically got like, I don't know, like 2 months, 3 months. And from Cora, we then have other, like I like to say, orbiters around Cora. These include, like I like to say, the new guard. Okay? So Libiano is linked to the new guard. Cora comes from the new guard and has tried to basically get onto Lady Logic. Lady Logic has declined Cora after debating her publicly already, and so Cora has tried time and time again to cement her own career by beating her, right? And going off of people like Inspiring Philosophy, obviously myself, who I beat already, and so on and so on. The new guard tries to copy what Cora does and basically tries to go after these people. Now, for those of you that are saying, Jerome, where's your orbit? Clearly, I don't have one, right? I don't have my own orbit. I mean, at least not yet, okay? I don't have my own orbit. Now, the new guard are people like Islamic Apex, Maki, right? And etc., etc., etc. Oh, and Itachi, right? Now, do you want to know the problem with all of these people? They need her. They need her. Okay? They need her. And the reason why they need her is because without Cora, without her being able to do her stuff, or at least without her being able to co-sign their stuff, her newly found audience won't respect them, because these people have nothing to offer the world, generally speaking, apart from their association with her. So now it's going to be interesting to see how they last with her, without her, because I believe that Malika's just broken ties with her as well, which was one of the silliest decisions to ever do. I don't understand. Your Christian brothers are going to check you after this. Why? You forgot Siradara and AN. Probably I did, They probably are part of the orbit, to be honest. TMA not getting a shout out. No love for the. Whoa, let's not throw accusations. Why does Creed stop typing belt boys, bro? You a bad boy. Mashallah, the final boss is live. Let me accept Creed. Creed, I got a topic today, man. What's up? I got a topic today, man.
Shalom alaikum. What's up, man?
What's up, man? How are you doing, Creed?
All right. Long time, been a few months since I seen you, young man.
It's been a few months, man. How are you
What's
doing?
your topic? All I hear you yapping about is Cora and other people.
Basically, I just had to give people the timeline context, because you would agree that these people have been basically trying to siphon these people for views, right? That is true. That's
I don't know. I don't follow other people. I
I'm
got my
I'm
own
I'm
brand that I'm working on.
I know, but you would argue that you don't need God Logic for your own brand, right?
For sure. I don't need him. For
Yeah,
sure.
they do. They all do.
Oh, yeah, that's a shame.
It is a shame, because their careers exist to serve him, which is crazy, right? If you look at Cora only got famous because she was featured with Lady Logic in a video and she performed well. And when I say perform well, I mean performed convincingly enough for her audience.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was when I saw it, I was kind of proud of her and everything. It wasn't just about I guess it wasn't just about Lady Logic, but just how she handled herself and how the Christians reacted to her overall. And it was so many of her and only one of her. So, I thought that was decent.
Yeah, and then
Commend
what
her on
happened
that.
afterwards? She blew up way too quickly. You can't sustain 2.8 million views, right? Like, it's not sustainable. But,
Why not?
well, okay. You need to have actual talent, okay? Cora is only famous because she's the first of her kind, right? There is no other female Dai that's good at debating. It was just her. You see what I'm saying? For the first
Yeah,
time, you saw a female that debated, and you felt, oh my gosh, wow, she's really convincing.
yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So that's
Itachi
novelty.
was good before that, no?
Yeah, but Itachi has, bro. Itachi. Okay, to be quite honest with you, Itachi's a pain to listen to. That's why she's not popular. Her and Korra are both a pain, but Korra was cool because she spoke
Okay.
faster and she was more energetic. Oh, right. So like that was easier for her. Plus, she was given the platform. I promise you, if Itachi was given the exact same platform, she would have done slightly worse, maybe half of what Korra got, but she would have done okay.
But I think let me tell you my insight.
Go
All
ahead.
right, you tell me if I'm wrong. You
Yeah.
tell me if I'm wrong.
Go ahead, Korra. Go ahead, Creek.
Guys like yourself, and like Word and I, and all of these people, basically you're doing the same thing but in reverse, right?
Well,
You're accusing Itachi and all of these guys are kind of like clinging on to his fame, but you guys are doing the same thing,
but well, I
right?
I don't though, because number one, God Logic's not Eastern Orthodox. I'm Eastern Orthodox, so I don't
But
have
God
any
Logic is
business with his orbit.
everything to everybody. He flip flops.
Nah, look. The problem with the problem with like even making this sort of argument, right, is this: can the person's content survive without logic? I'd be getting the exact same views whether I was, cool with logic or not. Like logic's
You
right
think
live, right?
so?
Yeah, logic's live right now. I still have 3-figure viewers, 3 to 4 figure viewers on all platforms, so I'm fine.
No, I'm saying like, say for instance, you never met him. He never platformed you. You never had
Yeah,
any dealings with him at
yes,
all.
I'd be fine. I'd be fine. And you know
Okay.
why? Because
How many followers you got?
because I was doing this. I was streaming when I was only streaming to 2 people. One of them was me on an alt account, so I was fine.
So how many followers you got, and how many years you got put into this?
5.
5 years. That's a long time. Okay.
Yeah,
So maybe okay, 5 years.
yeah.
That's a long time.
I'd be fine regardless, right? Because I wasn't doing this
And your
for
basis is the
clout or
UK
fame.
or America?
UK.
Okay. Okay.
See,
All right.
right? Like
Well.
I'm okay. You see what I'm saying? I'm okay.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't need the orbit. The problem is though,
Yeah.
these good guys
You got
do.
Speaker's Corner.
Yeah. Okay.
You got
How many?
Speaker's Corner
I
behind
don't
you.
use the corner though.
Oh, you don't.
I don't.
So
I
so
used
what
to,
was
but I
the
stopped.
so what was the so what was the catalyst for, just longevity,
Just
5 years,
longevity.
just keep grinding?
Literally, just keep grinding.
All right.
You know what
All
I'm
right.
saying?
Well,
Even this new super chat,
I
bro.
can't deny that.
I'm new to your channel. Just wanted to say God bless you, sir, and your ministry. The way they try to pit you against each other is wild. See? I'm telling you, bro. Thank you, Catholic Mike for life. And he's Catholic.
All right. So that's not the same thing as what Eastern Orthodox Catholic.
Nah,
You
Catholics
don't
are
call
different.
yourself Catholic.
Yeah, I mean, in the official confessions, yes, but like, colloquially, no, not as much. So the point being though is, if you look at a Christian, right? If you look at God Logic, for example, right? God Logic is live right now, probably had like 3,000, maybe 4,000 viewers, right? Right now, 4,000. If you look at David Wood, he's live right now, 2,000. Inspiring Philosophy, 1,000. Jay Dyer, 2,000, right? All of these people are live at the same time, but they all are pulling the same audience. Like if God Logic
But that's what I
wasn't
wanted to say, right?
right, if God Logic wasn't going live, for example, if God Logic wasn't live, Jay Dyer's viewership wouldn't increase or decrease. Neither would David's, neither would Inspiring Philosophies. You see what I'm saying? And neither would mine. My viewership would stay the same, whether or not Logic's live or not. You understand? Whereas
But
if
let
you
me
look
give
at
you a different
Muslims,
perspective.
well, if you look at Muslims, for example, when Korra's live, Itachi's live doesn't do so well. Apex's live doesn't do so well. TMA's live doesn't do so well. None of these people's lives do so well because they're all siphoning the same audience because they all come from his orbit.
But there's a reason for that, right? It's
Yeah.
because the popularity of hating Islam is bigger than Muslims supporting debate scene. So you have some Muslims, a small niche of Muslims who support the debate scene,
Yeah.
right? But you
Yeah.
have a larger audience who doesn't care anything about, they don't care anything about religion or anything like that, but they just love to bash Islam. And so
Yeah.
when you have people who do that,
Mm-hmm.
now you're going to get a large following. Not only are you going to get a large following,
Mm.
but people are just going to give you money for that reason as well. And so Islam is, yeah, of course. Like there's a fat there's a sector of people
Yeah.
who pay to
Mm.
demonize Islam. That's a fact.
There's people that pay. There's people that pay to make anti-Islam content. I agree with that. But I also think that there's way more people that pay for anti-Christian content, bro. Have you ever seen any Christian clippers pay $10,000 just for clips to make Christian content against Muslims? Ever?
I don't know.
That's never happened, right? It's never happened. Yeah, that's never happened. Okay.
Who's paid $10,000 to do that?
Bro, I can show you Muslims that paid 10 grand. 10 grand.
Come on, bro. Come on.
Bro, okay, hold on. Okay.
Come on. Nobody's paying 10 grand, dude. Who is this person, first of all? Come on, man. That's cap.
Sheikh Uthman Ibn Farouk.
Nah, man.
Bro, look at this.
Come on, man.
Look at this. Look. See? Sheikh Uthman paid, bro. Listen to this, bro.
Who's saying this, though?
Sheikh Uthman, bro. So it doesn't matter. A Muslim put up 10 grand, and the 10 grand has now been complete. That means that they genuinely did pay 10 grand, okay? They put up 10 grand, $10,000 of their own money, okay? To make Uthman look good and make anti-Christian content, bro.
What's the anti-Christian content, though?
Basically trying to make the Christians in the 1v10 look bad, bro.
I don't know. I mean, listen, that's, like, all I'm saying is this, right?
What's the number right there? What's the number right there, though?
Yeah, can it be verified, though? You know what I mean? Like,
what you mean? Can it be verified, bro? You want the link, bro?
Where did this come from?
This came from an official clip up account. It's an official clipping website. Okay, you can go on it. You can go on WAP. You can go on official clipping websites, and you can see this, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, still, the money has to be traced to somebody. And that somebody needed to be paying, right? So
the money, so this guy made the bunch of earnings, right? But the money can be traced to the person that set up the account, and he's done it for other Muslims. So
yeah, so that's the person who's doing it.
Yeah, I'm not saying Uthman is doing it. The point is a Muslim did it, right? A Muslim did it. And it's a person that clips other Muslims' content. Because you can see the person that made the clip. like if you go on your phone, you can't go on your PC, but if you go on your phone, you can go on the name of the person that actually joined the clip, and then you can just do it. Okay, these people are paying 10k to save face. We've never done that ever.
Yeah, but listen, you got entire nations that support individuals. And I don't want to mention those individuals. Which
individuals are supported by like establishments of governments, please? What, me? No, right?
Yeah, like for instance.
You think God Logic supported by
Lang? This guy Lang, he's definitely supported by other nations.
Who's that?
Without a
Who's
shadow.
that?
Craig Lang. You don't know who Craig Lang is?
I don't care who that guy is, bro. He's not in the space, bro. You know this as well. He's not in the space.
No, he's not. But it's the same vein, whether he's in the debate space or not.
Yeah, but that's like saying, okay, like if I look at, for example, some of these da'is,
Jake Lang, whatever his
bro,
name is,
some of these da'is, bro. Can we admit though, some of these da'is are definitely paid by like governments. Can we admit?
Like what governments are paying for Islamic?
Certain man in Saudi.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Certain man in Saudi. You know who makes that claim, bro? You know who makes that? You know who makes that claim? Mohammed Hijab, bro. Mohammed Hijab is the one that makes that claim, by the way. Did you know that?
Yeah, Mohammed Hijab doesn't know anything about Saudi Arabia. He's just a person from the UK.
Bro,
he has no idea what he's talking about.
Mohammed Hijab has the most power in this entire sphere. Of course he knows exactly what that is, bro. Of course he knows. What are you talking about?
Yo, you guys are believing it.
Junior's literally paid by... Bro, Junior's literally taking betting money, bro. He's literally taking gambling money, and he's like a Palestinian advocate, bro.
Who?
Like, Junior. This guy that goes like hundreds of thousands of viewers, bro. Hold on, let me show you.
I don't know him.
You don't? This guy.
Somebody's in the chat saying, Bucks is saying, ask about IP GoFundMe. Did he take his GoFundMe down when he reached his limit?
I don't know if he took the GoFundMe down. But why does that matter? The only reason he was able to make money was because of you. Like, he would never have made the money otherwise. People like this guy, for example, 179,000 followers, yeah? 179,000 followers. This guy is literally sponsored by RainBet. He's literally sponsored by a betting company. So, yes, the people are literally... Yes, bro. As you can see right here, it says unapologetic Muslim Palestinian.
We never heard of him.
Everyone heard of him, bro. Everyone heard of him, bro. Everyone heard of him, bro.
I don't know who Junior is, bro.
I'm telling you now that
Never
Junior,
heard of him.
bro, he's a guy. He's like a pro-Pali guy, right? So shout out to him, pro-Palestine guy, right? But
Somebody said he's a Christian apologist.
he a great Christian apologist for sure. They're saying that because he's
So he's
bad
not a
at it.
Muslim.
No, they're saying that because he's bad at his job. That's why. That's why they're saying.
Uh,
That's why they're saying it. But that's my point, man. Look, like when it comes to this kind of stuff, like Mohammed Hijab, I don't think he gets funded by the. I don't know if he gets funded by the Saudis, but he definitely gets funded by like rich donors in America that see interest in that. But he's become a bit more independent as of late because he's trying to move into that sphere of being a bit more independent and that sphere of being able to basically dictate his own terms. That's hijab.
yeah, I mean, I don't think we have any proof of anything. Everybody's just throwing around accusations.
You don't have
But
to. You don't, bro.
but
You don't have to. Like, if look at Rabbi Faris, for example. Not Rabbi Faris, all right. Like Faris
mm,
Al Hamidi, for example. To the point that his nickname is Rabbi Faris because people think that he's funded by the UAE. Sheikh Uthman, for example. I don't think Sheikh Uthman is funded by like these foreign governments, and he'd love to like eat on that claim. I think he has his own money, independent of this. But there
yeah, I'm
are
sure.
popular duat. Okay, I'm not gonna say their names, but there are popular duat, and they can all clear their names very easily. That are funded by governments for sure.
I don't think so.
For
I've lived
for
in several
sure.
countries around the world. There are no governments that care about this small debate scene.
Yes,
It's
they
not
do.
that. It's
Yes,
not
they
that.
do. If it
Nah,
shifts,
man.
bro, this debate scene shifts the needle so much, bro. It shifts the
How do
needle
you think?
so much.
Like,
Yes.
listen, Jerome. Listen, Jerome. The average Muslim walking around, we have 2.7 some odd billion Muslims walking around, right?
Facts.
The
Facts.
average Muslim doesn't listen to debates. They don't. They just don't.
Bro, to say that they don't debate is fine, right? But when you look at popular Islamic content, the internet is the first place that you go to basically get your content from outside of the masjid. These people are so powerful that their dawah matters more than what you do in the masjid. Let's be honest.
You mean money, monetarily? You mean?
Not monetarily, in terms of what they can impact, in terms of how they can move the needle from someone being not a Muslim to being a Muslim. The internet has a much more powerful reach. It's just a fact.
I guess you can say that internet personalities are, but like being just a regular person, you're not like you have different kinds of Muslims and different kinds of Christians. You have
Bro,
Christians.
it's an inner
A
cabal,
lot of
bro.
Christians.
How can you say that they're not all like part of this inner cabal, or that they're all not this they're not all funded in this sort of way? Okay. Now here, let me explain.
Come
The
on,
reason why
man.
I say an inner cabal, that bro, all of these da'is were like in a group chat of like 70 plus people, and they went to like slander this one woman. It's an example of
You talk
how
about
in,
Aya. You talk about Aya. I
bro,
heard of Aya, right?
Aya's
You know
voice, bro.
about that?
Aya is a completely different case, bro. The only reason they're beating down on Aya is because she's an easy target, bro. Oh my god, she's a hadith rejector and she's lang, so we can poo on her. That's it. That's the whole reason that they're like pooing on her, bro. There's no actual substantial reason as to why they're doing this thing against her, bro. It's because Aya's voice matters, and so they're gonna try and crush it for her, and she's easy eats, bro. But for example, when Mohammed Hijab had this whole like allegation stuff against him, yeah, when like hundreds of thousands of people were calling him out for his miscarriage marriage, which obviously you disagree with, okay, there were multiple group chats that were leaked, right, by Dawah Bros, where there are 70 plus da'is in the sphere, both who are public theologians and people behind the scenes that help the Dawah behind the scenes, right? And all of these people were in the same group chat defending hijab. These are just screenshots from there. Look at this. Ali Dawah is there. He already published videos, just not on his channel. Whatever point you want to make, I think it's best to keep it off the main. Bro, and one of the people that were there was Mohammed Murad, bro, otherwise known as Dean Responds. He's part, and the thing is, the funny thing is, he's part of Libiano's orbit as well. Okay? All of these people need each other in this endless ecosystem that basically acts as an infinite crib to serve themselves as babies. Okay? It's why they exist. It's why they're alive.
So okay, so this whole thing that you're putting on right here is to say what? What's the nukta? What's the period that you want to say about this whole thing that you got going on?
I'm saying this is a farce, and most of the people that do dawah shouldn't be doing it.
So do you believe that God Logic is guilty of the same thing?
Guilty of what? What orbit was he in before this? He wasn't in anyone's
Well,
orbit.
he
He
was
was
a
on Club.
nobody.
Exactly. He was
He
in, he
was
was
a
on Clubhouse.
nobody,
He was on Clubhouse.
right?
Right.
He was a
So
nobody.
okay, and he became a
So
somebody.
so do you right based upon what?
Uthman was one spike, but simply having one spike won't make you a somebody. As we've seen with the case with people like Korah, as we've seen with the case with people like Sarah, who literally had a huge viral debate that happened against God Logic and IP, who were two of the biggest heavy hitters right now, and nowhere to be seen. See what I'm saying? So it's not merely about having like a viral moment. It's not merely about being viral. You need to be able to be sustainable, and they're not sustainable. It's just a fact.
Am I wrong that those debates between Avery going on for a few years? That wasn't just like a viral moment. That was going on for a while.
But that's consistency. And God Logic was able to branch out, but God Logic. Go on.
But consistency in debating a person who has 1 million followers,
bro. The consistency.
You see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying, but the consistency would be in the fact that he branched out from that. God Logic is not just known as the guy that debated Uthman. When people watch God Logic's content, they don't watch to see who he's debating. They just watch to see him. Right? He's completely different now.
What happened was he see when God Logic got with Sam Shamoon,
yeah,
right?
That's another spike, sure.
You see, that's another pivotal point because Sam Shamoon was able to feed him information.
So what if that's another what if that's another spike, bro? That doesn't matter. Just because it's another spike means nothing. In order for you to be someone that actually can create their own longevity, you need to be able to take the spikes and use them. You can't get sour at someone that's able to take the actual opportunities that they've been given and combine them with their ability to keep an audience.
That's the same thing then, right? For these guys, they're trying to do the same thing.
They're not, because they're not sustainable. None of the people that I've mentioned, apart from one, is actually sustainable. None of them are.
Okay.
And you know that. What, do you think Korah is sustainable? Really?
She can be.
She can be.
Knows what she's doing.
Is she right now? Is she sustainable right now? No.
I don't know what she's doing. So
bro, you wanna bro, speak on the numbers, okay? You can speak on the numbers, okay? Creed, you know this better than anyone. When you want to run a business or a platform, right? You know that quick hype usually means you're gonna have a big tank. And what's gonna happen is how you recover from that big tank. You know this, you run a business, right? Okay, you know that. Okay, so let's look at how she's done since debating Lady Logic, okay? These are her live streams, okay? Now, how many subs is she on? 109k, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay, she's a streamer. She's not just a YouTuber. She's a streamer, right?
Right.
Okay, why the heck is she getting the same numbers as me?
Yeah.
That makes no sense. But if you go, for example, to Liviano, and you look at his numbers, right? If you look at his numbers are way more sustainable. I mean, look at this.
Why do you think that is, though?
Because Libiano had more time. And he didn't just have a viral moment. He hunted for one for sure, got one, and then realized, I don't actually know how to do this YouTube thing properly. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to copy God Logic on every single level. And because he thinks that that's like the platform, he thinks he's going to last. I don't even think he's sustainable. He's still pulling in good numbers, by the way. Don't get me wrong. These are really good numbers. And this is enough for you to be full-time like forever. You should never have to worry. But it's not sustainable, though. Because he is purely reactive. Well, because he copies God Logic on everything. He copies his thumbnail. He copies his screaming patterns. He copies his thumbnails. He copies his profile picture. He even copies the way that he speaks, his cadence, his register. Everything is from him. It's weird.
All right. Well, I'm learning a little bit about what you're saying here. I mean, so how do you become you, right? I hear you talking about everybody else. How do you, Jerome, become sustainable where you can do this full time?
That's not up to me to decide. That's for them to decide. If they want me to be full time, the people. If they want me to be full time, they'll make me full time. You know? If there's a need for it, and if God wants me to be full time, I will be. But if God does not want me to be full time, I'll go, bro. I don't care. You know what I'm saying?
I see.
But the difference between Libiano, for example, and God Logic is, if you look at all of these particular live streams, right? The ones that have the biggest spikes are the ones where he's able to debate the big tickets, which makes sense, right? But if you notice, all of these things are grifting off other people, right? The live streams that do super well are where he has to mention someone else in the picture. So Inspiring Philosophy or Logic himself, right? Because he's still part of Logic's orbit. Ultimately, the only way he's going to be able to leave the orbit is if he debates God Logic again and somehow wins. You see what I'm saying?
But so why is Avery running from him?
Avery's not running. Avery's annoying him. That's why he's there.
I see.
Because that's what he wants, and he's not going to give it to him. Because if he actually wants to give da'wah, like really provide da'wah, and Libiano's come out publicly saying, oh, you know, even what I do wouldn't be classified as da'wah. I just poop on Christians all day, right? He's a polemicist. He's not a person that gives da'wah. He knows that his thing is not sustainable. Because number one, people get bored. But number two, they know that the only way that he can ever be seen as a creator in their own right, without, even if you have all the collabs with Sneeko, even if you have all the collabs with X, Y, and Z, is if he beats Logic. Because that's the finality of his narrative.
But he already beat him.
Not enough.
Okay, well.
Because
I don't know, man. It's a little bit
saying that Jesus Christ is the most high God in a sense,
years.
saying that a rock is a person, having Elijah Johnson saying that you're sweating in the middle of a debate, these are not good points. And no matter how good he does, unfortunately, Libiano is not measured about how good he does. He's measured about how much he loses. And so people forget the wins that he has because he has so many losses. That's it. And the only way for him to be redeemable.
Like I just want to say that, you know, like, I'm new to it myself.
Yeah.
You know, like, I got some other plans, and you said, who are the Belt Boys? Just look out for us.
Yeah.
We got our own plans for this whole creator scene. We're doing our own thing. We're doing it our way. And just like what you said, if the people want us, then they'll make us, you know.
They'll make you.
If not,
but they will never make you, by the way. They will never make you. You want to know why?
Why?
Because you care. You actually care about your religion in such a way that you could genuinely put this down and walk away from all of this. Libby can't. Bro, he's got a ute, bro. He can't do that. Bro, he does this to live. You understand? As a Muslim, one of the rules to do the da'wah is you are not allowed to do the da'wah unless you have a different source of income, like a separate source of income that you would be good off outside from the da'wah. Otherwise, if you rely on the da'wah for bread, you become susceptible to how much the da'wah makes you. So you would change your da'wah for money. Now he has to make a decision. But now he has to make a decision. Am I going to keep some sense of integrity that I believe in? Or am I going to secure the check that I need for my family?
You guys are young. You can walk away at any time.
He can't. No one. Once you go full time on YouTube and you make enough content online, you are technically unemployable for many people. It's impossible. It's impossible. So my guy, those people, all of them, every single one of them has to make a choice. They have to basically decide whether or not they're going to do this full time. And so may the chips fall where they may. You know what I'm saying? They let the chips fall where they may. Yeah. Or they say to themselves, okay, well, I am not going to be I'm not going to hold my integrity. I'm going to secure my family. I'm going to secure my life. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to secure myself and make sure that everything's okay. Now, this isn't any like. So
you believe that the Muslims at large, the debaters and the content creators have, you know, sacrificed their integrity? Is that what you believe?
If they need it to go full time, it's very likely that they have.
I understand your position, your point of view.
Now, again, for the Christians, though, it's completely different, though, because the Christians that usually get popular on the scene do it because their confessional communities put the need forward. So if you're Orthodox, for example, usually you'd make Orthodox content because your church community believes you're good at this, please make more. And they help you.
So you're connected with your church?
So like I love my church, bro. To the point, like, I don't go to Speaker's Corner because I go to church. You see what I'm saying?
So it's no way for me to convert you to Islam right now on this live stream in front of 65 people.
You can try, and I always welcome people to try. But I love Christ, and for me, Christ completes me, bro.
I understand. You didn't speak to me when I was in London.
Because I wasn't the person you wanted to speak to. You wanted to speak to him.
Yeah, I didn't want to speak to him, but he wanted to speak to me as much as I wanted to speak to him, which was a trip because I'm not in that same vein. But for whatever reason, I guess it ended up like that. But
Yeah.
in any particular case, and I'm a nobody as it pertains to these guys. You know what I mean? But for whatever reason,
Yeah.
he wanted to speak to me too, so we spoke. But
Yeah.
if I ever get a chance to come back to London, which I do plan on coming back, then maybe we can debate, and I can give you
Yeah.
some real dawah, and we'll see if you still want to stay in that church. Huh?
We'll see, man. We'll see. And perhaps maybe
Yeah.
at the end of the debate, maybe you come to church with me. Light a candle. Nothing wrong in that.
We'll see about that. Yeah, right. Light a candle. All right.
Light a
All
candle,
right,
man.
Jerome, man. Let me go to bed. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Take care, man. Take care, Creed.
All right.
Good luck with the Belt Boy mission, yeah?
Oh, it's on in Papa. Y'all look out for us now.
Yo, the Belt Boy. Yo, that name is great, man. They gotta work on their branding, though. They gotta work on their marketing, okay? The Belt Boys. All right. Let's go through the actual drama, okay? So we've addressed Islamic Apex. Apex, bro, don't ever threaten me ever again in your life, yeah? Don't ever in your finite limited life ever threaten me again. Yeah, to pull up on Wednesday. Yeah? Don't do that. You, as far as we're concerned right now, need us. So chill. Relax. We're the A side. We'll decide. Okay? Relax. So, to continue, we need to go through some of the other content that we've got as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through Veritas. Not Veritas. We need to go to Soccer Films. And we need to do the first debate with Itachi, which is like 40 minutes.
I'm just trying to figure out what you're getting at, because you're jumping to place.
Okay.
But let's get to Muhammad in the Bible. Okay? All right, beautiful. So, are you aware of the account in Isaiah 21?
Yeah.
Oh, I hate this argument so much, bro. This is the one with like the man on the donkey, and then it's like the man on the horse, and then the man on the camel. So the man on the horse is usually some other guy, and then the man on the donkey is supposed to be Jesus, and the man on the camel is supposed to be Muhammad, bro. Because the man on the horse is supposed to be like John the Baptist or something.
Are you referring to the silencing of the prophets regarding
No, I'm
prophecy?
talking about Babylon.
Okay, I must listen to something else.
Yeah, so
then.
Isaiah 21, it starts off from verse 1 to 10, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. It talks about...
No, so Isaiah 21 verse 7 is talking about the visions of riders on donkeys and camels. So basically, what she's referring to is this particular verse in the Bible, right? You know how I know this? Pali Sheikh used to run this back on me back in the day, bro. Because we used to go through Muhammad and the Bible arguments together. We were good friends. And then we used to go through these arguments together. We didn't really care about the religion and stuff. This is it, right? So he says, he saw a chariot with a pair of horsemen, a chariot of donkeys, and a chariot of camels. The idea is the horseman has to be someone, a chariot of donkeys has to be another person, and then a chariot of camels has to be another person. So clearly, the chariot of donkeys needs to be Jesus because Jesus rode on a donkey, and then the chariot of camels has to be Muhammad because Muhammad is the person that, right? Like, you see what I'm saying? So Muhammad has to be the person in the Bible because Muhammad is the person that rides on camels because camels are in the desert. So that's the argument.
Can you introduce this to the crowd?
Sure. So
Just tell me
in
what
Isaiah-
you're going to be like. You know what you're talking about, what this is about, what you're getting at.
Oh my gosh. Why is he wearing an England jersey, bro? Also, I noticed that they brought in security, yeah? She got flamed online for this, by the way. Okay? Number one, yeah. She got dragged through the mud, bro. I think Logic retweeted this as well. Yeah, here it is. So this guy, Ibn Hassan, right? She makes this tweet, I think, like the day before. So like 6 p.m. she goes home yesterday, right? And on Saturday, wait, what? That's so... Oh, today's Tuesday. Oh my God. Whoa, today's Tuesday. Oh yeah. She made this on Sunday, right? And she makes this video, and so she goes home like 6 p.m. So literally, this would be as soon as she's left the corner, bro. As soon as she's left the corner. She makes this quote tweet. She makes this tweet, and she says, "We came, we saw, we conquered, alhamdulillah." Now, I don't know if she's botting her viewers, bro. Or if Malik is basically funding her for bots and stuff. I don't know. Because now she's getting the same sort of engagement that Cora was getting, which is all very interesting, right? And she has around 670 likes because we like to give people likes, okay? Around 600 likes. And then David comes in the reply, you got humiliated. And all these people kind of try to basically grift off her. Not grift, but, reply off her, okay? Now, here's the cool thing. Someone quote tweeted this, right? Ibn Hassan. And she said, "You came, you gave up your haya, sharaf, and sacrificed your aura for views. You didn't conquer anything. This is the BS I'm talking about when it comes to these TikTok personalities. Security guard was looking you up and down. And your main concern was the discussion. And the two melts behind you, Anas, a Muslim apologetic, were watching like little kids, bro. Oh my God. That Muslim apologetic still hasn't repented for taking his Safara Hawali and is sitting with non-Hawarish and his views in the Mamlakah." So, I don't care about this particular accusation, but this general tweet is the quintessential opinion of everybody, okay? You see what I'm saying? Bro, this is the problem right here, okay? She generally is the best that you've got, and you treat her like poo because she doesn't have the right dress sense. BT dubs, this is why Cora is also a bit more popular. Why? Because Cora dresses properly. She actually dresses properly, so she can get the old heads on her side. The only thing that they can say is, well, she's a woman, so she shouldn't even be doing it, right? And she's arrogant. Itachi's arrogance stinks, bro. Her attitude stinks. It's like me, bro. The reason why she's not big, you want to know one of the reasons why fundamentally she's not big? She's not a good role model at all. Her attitude stinks. People only tune into Itachi when they need a win. When they need this guy to be beaten, then she's called in. But as soon as he's not there, she's supposed to disappear too. Right? Because no one goes to her actually for Islamic knowledge, for da'wah. They go to her specifically for refutations against this guy. But she wants to have a long-fledged career, a fully fledged career. She wants to have a career that's like long-term. And she wants to have a career without this guy. But you can't have a career without this guy. Why? Well, the reason why you can't have a career without this guy is because you're purely reactive. But here's the other problem with that, okay? She wants to be able to be a person in her own right. Well, how can you be a person in your own right when all you do is poop on Christians all day, right?
Take a look at it real quick if you want.
Yeah, that's probably, yeah, I'll do that, yeah.
I just want to pull up the title for the chapter as well.
That's fine, yeah.
Okay. So, Isaiah 21, it talks about a prophecy.
How do you know it's a she? We cannot see her. It could be a they, them.
Babylon, and it goes through.
I believe you saw what she said about the 21 Coptic martyrs. Right? Yeah, that's just, again, she's a child. Like she's young. So of course she's going to make all these random stuff against the Coptic martyrs and be very, very rude and disrespectful. Of course she is.
Step by step about a specific prophecy, obviously, where an individual or individuals go and they take over Babylon. Okay. Now here it talks about it being successive and it very.
Okay, let me tell you. None of these people will ever make it. Never. None of these people will ever make it. She is their best bet because she has personal branding. She got in early, so she has some sort of personal branding around her. All these other people suck.
Go and they take over Babylon. Okay. Now here it talks about it being successive and it very clearly makes it.
Especially in the guy in the grey tech behind. Bro. His stuff is unsustainable as well. He's not sustainable.
Both Jewish and Christian commentaries, it talks about two falls of Babylon that occur. Okay, it occurs at the hands of the horseman, the camel rider, and a donkey rider. All right. So we want to know who these individuals are, when these exiles occur. These falls or the prophecies falls occur during the actual historical period or relevant historical period of Babylon, and we're gonna go over the details more clearly. Okay. So in Isaiah 21 verse 6, it talks about. Okay.
Isaiah 21 verse 6 says, "For thus the Lord said, Go set a watchman, and let him declare what he sees. And he saw a chariot with a pair of horsemen, a chariot of donkeys, and a chariot of camels."
So, is this? So you're arguing Muhammad's in the Bible? Is that what you're doing now?
I'm arguing that Islam in general is spoken about in the Bible in terms of being God's people.
So it's not
this
corrupted?
chapter. In this chapter. Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
Is this corrupted
No,
or not? I just want to know, because we just spent the last hour arguing that you were saying it's corrupted, so I'm a bit confused now.
I'm gonna deal with it.
Okay.
So, prophecies, true prophecies only come from God, correct?
True prophecies only come from God. You mean ultimately? No, you can prophesy. No, because you can prophesy anything.
Yeah, you can have a true prophecy that doesn't come from God. You can come from Apollo. If it's just simply a true prediction that someone makes that they didn't guess or they didn't use data to come to the conclusion, then that person was invoking the ability to prophesy and they were correct on their prophecy. So it doesn't have to come from God.
And it happens to be true.
True prophecy.
Yeah, of course. I prophesy it will rain in England in the next year.
That's a prediction, sir.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, a prediction.
But why is it a prediction? What data did he use to come to that? You're assuming that he was using his own experiential data. How do you know he was using data there?
But how do you separate that? Oh, wait. What is the difference between a prediction and a prophecy?
I got you. Okay, a prediction uses some sort of data and empirical.
No, I'm not using any
evidence
data.
In order to be able to conclude
That's not true.
a certain relevant matter in regards to it. Okay.
No,
Versus a
I'm not using any
prophecy.
data.
Okay, but then you're just guessing. That's not the same thing. A prophecy.
Okay,
is
so
not a
prediction is
guess.
guessing. So basically the difference...
So there are three categories that are now being thrown around, okay? Chris is trying to ask for the difference between a prediction and a prophecy. She, Itachi, gives a difference, and the difference that she gives is one uses data to reason to a conclusion, and a prophecy is something that you don't use data for, you just sort of say it, and it's the case, okay?
here. Let me help you out.
I'm saying you're guessing. So there's
The difference...
But then there was a third term that was invoked, which was guessing. And for her, guessing is when you do not use data and you do not use any informed evidence to reach your conclusion, but you simply say what you believe will or should be the case.
Option. There's guessing, prediction, and
Right.
prophecy.
The difference is for you that one comes from God and one doesn't.
Yes.
Right,
And-
okay.
and
So,
prediction specifically,
prophecies
prediction-
then,
wait,
if you don't make that
stop,
distinction,
stop.
can come from
Can I
someone who is
finish?
guessing.
Can I finish?
Yeah.
Okay. Guessing, you could just say Russia and China
Yeah,
are going to
and
go
could it
to
be
war.
true?
Russia and China are going to go to war.
And
in
could it be true?
2027. It can be true.
Right, okay.
However, okay, prediction is not
You're
the
talking
same thing.
specifically about
Can I
prophecy
finish?
from
Can
God.
I finish so you can understand? You're trying to run from it already. It's really hilarious how he doesn't want to actually deal with the topic. So,
Okay.
run from it already. It's really hilarious how he doesn't want to actually deal with the topic.
Oh my gosh, like this posturing is just stupid. So here's the problem. She believes that she can really do this not intellectual, but rhetorical posturing. She's bad at it. The only way that you can do it successfully is if you have emotions on your face, if you're emotive. You're not emotive, so nobody cares. That's just the basics of it.
So,
Okay.
prophecy, comes as divine revelation from God, correct? True
Okay.
prophecy. Is that okay?
Look, by the way, all the language of "I got you," perfect, may I talk, haha, stop running, can I finish, hilarious, beautiful, all of these like terms, all of them is just phatic expressions. They don't actually mean what they mean. They're just seconds to buy time. That's it. They're just seconds of speech to buy more time so that she can siphon off speech from you. That's it.
If you define it that way, yeah.
Okay, beautiful. That's what Deuteronomy 20 says. Sorry, 18:20 says. 20 to 22. It says that if a prophet comes and speaks or presumes to speak in the name of the Lord and this thing does not come to pass, this person is spoken presumptuously, do not believe them. Okay?
Right.
So the Bible makes
Because
it clear.
in that case, they will be proclaiming it's coming from God, right?
Right. So the Bible is saying very clearly that if you make a wrong prophecy, and say it's from God, then yes, God will require it of you. It does not say whether or not you claim to be from God, somehow make a correct prophecy, and that means that it has to be from God. That would be affirming the consequent.
They're claiming that it's
Yeah,
coming from God,
okay,
it's false,
but it's not.
and then it doesn't pass.
Okay, right,
But if
okay.
Also, be a wrong way to use contraposition.
it's true, then it does come
Okay,
from
right.
Okay.
So you think that...
Wait, what? Whoa, no. If you claim that it's from God and it comes out to be true, it doesn't mean that it actually was from God. It just means that you claim that's the case. Okay? A good way of knowing that is when you have multiple megachurch pastors that claim to be from God that make a prophecy in the name of God and that thing comes true, but they're not prophets at all.
Muhammad is. I'm just trying to figure out what you're getting at because you're jumping to places.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
I'm not saying that. I'm not insulting you. You went to Isaiah 21, and I thought that was going somewhere. Now we're at Deuteronomy 18.
No. Deuteronomy 18 is the criteria for what it means to be a true prophet. Okay. In that criteria, I'm not talking about Deuteronomy 18:18 and the prophet like Moses.
Okay. So you're not talking about that.
No,
All
I'm
right.
talking about the end point. Okay.
All right.
Stick in Isaiah 21.
Okay.
Now.
Got any book recommendations on Intro to Logic? Get Wilfred Hodges' book to Logic. Wilfred Hodges' Introduction to Logic. Also go on Patreon. I literally have like courses where I go through this. I go courses where I go through this.
Prophecy, we can understand that it's true and it's going to still be preserved because of the fact of its fulfillment. Nobody else is going to be able to make true prophecy. Okay.
Why?
Still believe. Our position doesn't change in terms of that. Part of the scripture is corrupted. When we see prophecies being fulfilled, we can acknowledge that this is going to be something which is true because of its fulfillment. Okay.
Just because it's true, and I'm granting this, just because it's true doesn't mean that it came from God. You could have a person that prophesies in the name of another creature and they get the prophecy correct. Does that mean that that creature got the prophecy from God? Does that mean that that particular creature is someone that's worthy of worship? Well, no. I would argue that Muslims and Christians don't worship the same God. And so you would also be able to say that actually the Christians that worship Jesus Christ, that also still get true prophecies to this day, are getting true prophecies, but they're not coming from God. So how are they doing that? Are you saying that they're just merely guessing? Well, no, they're not guessing. They claim that it's a prophecy, and they claim this particular assertion without guessing language.
It's very simple.
So again, the criteria given is that it has to be in the name of God. So for example, if I could prophesy
Isaiah 9 is in the name of God.
anything and it turns out to be true.
Is Isaiah in the name of God?
Wait. But if I
Isaiah is in the name of God.
doing so in a way that isn't from the same being, the same God, then it's not actually a true prophecy.
Is Isaiah
even though
prophesying in
did
the
actually
name of your
happen.
God? Is Isaiah prophesying in the name of your God?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Beautiful. So we're talking about your God right now, yeah?
Yeah.
Your scripture. Beautiful. So if it's the
Is
case,
your God the Islamic God, though? No.
Isaiah talks about Islam, the coming of Islam and its destruction of these temples and all.
How do you know that this is talking about something in the future? Right? And when I say in the future, I don't mean in the near future when it comes to the kings of Babylon. How do you know that it's going to be talking about something in the complete distant future?
Things done in the name of God.
How do you know
Isaiah
it
would be
is?
prophesying about it, yes?
What's the scholarly consensus about that?
I'm going to get to it. That's not the topic right now. I want to
That is the topic on that.
know
What's that topic?
if you're going to accept
No,
that
'cause
Isaiah
I'm a little bit
prophesied
ignorant about this, so I want to know what is the
So let's just
scholarly
go through it.
consensus about whether people think this is a prophecy about Muhammad.
beautiful. No, it's not about Muhammad. There actually is people that do believe it's about Muhammad.
So this isn't about
There is
Muhammad?
Jews.
You mean people like Zakir Hussain who just wrote Abraham Fulfilled? Great.
No, it is. There's Jews that believe that it's about the
So
Israelites.
do they think it's
Can I
about
finish?
Muhammad?
Can I finish? You said you're ignorant, so let me educate you.
Right, okay. I would prefer scholars,
yeah, no,
though.
I got you. I could bring up the Jewish scholars for you right now, the rabbis and everything.
Right.
Now,
No, I mean consensus.
let me finish.
Okay. Yeah.
So many of them say that this is in reference to the Ishmaelites because, and it's due to the fact that they're the ones who have to precede the Messiah coming. Okay. The whole point of this is that they believe that.
Also, before I start baking, bro.
Okay.
What is
Now
this?
I'm going to argue that.
Okay, someone just sent me something. I have to check this out. Hold on. Someone just sent me a thingy. They sent me a thing on the WhatsApp. Dan, you're a filthy guys. Chill with the language. Chill with the language. Chill the language. Chill the language. Chill the language. Let me see. So I got a video
Also, before I
here.
start baking people, bro. Before we start baking people, I want to see what the shopping's looking like, bro. I want to spend some money. Bro.
Oh, she's here as nah. There's no way she's here. Oh, she's here as well.
But I'll do a fit check with you guys in a second. Wait. Let me see what I want, though. Get some boba from where?
What kind of?
Wait.
This is so chaotic, bro.
Alright. Halal grub. Well, I usually don't even eat meat anyway, so it's like.
Bro, what kind of chaotic stuff is that, bro? She said that she would debate you in August at Speaker's Corner, remember? Yeah, she rescinded that on the same day. Do you guys remember? What's this? Bro, you're basically a stalker at this point. How am I stalking if all of this stuff is public? If I watch public content, it's not stalking, guys.
That this is about Muhammad, peace be upon him, and I'm going to show you why the Christian narrative is not going to work because you also believe that this is
Bad looks, Sig? How? How, Irfan? How?
about the Messiah according to the book of Revelation. Okay, you believe that in the book of Revelation it says that the Messiah is going to return and there's going to be a fall of Babylon and so on. Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Do you think that Babylon is like a spiritual place, or do you think it's a real place? By the way, because I've had some funky answers. I just want to make sure.
Like I said,
By the way, this is the problem. This is what I like to call overclipification, okay? The problem is every single one of these new God dais are clip farming. But they're not clip farming in the normal sense of trying to stream to find maybe 1 or 2 clips. They're trying to find a clip every 30 seconds. They're trying to have every single moment of their time clippable. Because they know that this is all that they've got. And it's embarrassing.
said, I'm not the best person to speak on about this.
You're watching people that don't care about you like you're obsessed with Uthman and all the DAWAH people. They do care about me because they asked me to debate. So, also, if really that this is not a good look, I want to be really, really clear. Surely it's an even worse look when they do it onto Logic, just by himself.
So what I want you to know, though, is it's according to consensus from preferably people with no religious battle whatsoever, right?
Yeah.
They have no opinion on this.
Yeah.
They're agnostic.
Yes.
When they read
I'm
Isaiah,
gonna refute it.
when they read Isaiah 21,
Yes.
do they think it's in reference to Muhammad?
So the Jews, generally speaking, they don't. I'm not going to lie to you about it, right?
Okay, right.
They generally speaking don't believe it's about.
But I'm talking about scholarship.
Do they even think that it's about like King Messiah?
Yeah. So not just like Jews, but like scholars.
I mean, when I talk about these things, I don't really care about Western scholarship.
You don't care about scholars at all. You just care about texts. That's it. And by the way, they are the first to push out scholarship. They hate it when it's against them. They love it when it's against us.
I'm talking
No.
to you about the tradition.
I'm talking about any scholar. It doesn't have to be like Western.
I'm talking
You
about
do
the
Eastern.
tradition.
You could do anything.
Sure,
But
I'm talking about
Yeah.
Boy Veritas got done by hijab on Sunday Speaker's Corner. Oh, please.
traditional understanding of those chapters.
right, because my own understanding would be that scholars aren't going to tell me that this is Muhammad.
Yo, why? He keeps looking to the side. He keeps looking up and down at her. I think he's her security.
This is a very specifically
I could pull
Muslim
up for
view.
you. I could pull up for you Jewish scholars that will say that. Like
Well,
rabbis and such.
Again, the consensus though is not going to be this is about Muhammad.
So that's what I'm telling you. Okay,
Okay.
I'm gonna bring you their
Right.
understanding.
He needs to shut up. He actually needs to shut up. He has to stop talking, bro. He needs to give her space, but he's not, because again, they're all cloistered, bro. They can't work together, bro. They can't. They've seen Logic come to the UK and dominate, and they think, yeah, we're gonna do it, bro. Surely more noise should have been made if all of these people were here, bro. You remember when Logic came over, bro? When it was me, Logic, Ananda, this is before thing. Ananda, Sai, bro, even Rico. When all the man them came, David, when all the man them came, bro, we made noise, bro. We made noise. Someone said, give me your address. I'm not giving you your address.
Of it, and I'm gonna refute it for you. Okay.
Akhilifi, I've beaten to the dais there.
The
And show
issue,
you that the only perspective you're left with is Islamic.
the issue I'm going to have with this is you're going to read an Islamic.
Can someone ban Harry Saint 6614, please? He's asking for people's addresses. Thank you.
interpretation
No.
to this.
No.
And I'm simply
gonna
going to
go through it
say,
verse by
well,
verse.
most people who study this reject that view.
So do you want me to pull
So
up a
I
summary?
can just rely on the fact that most people who study this for a living don't believe you're correct. They
Someone said Muslim apologist trying to wife Hitachi. There's no way trying to... Bro, she's already married. There's no way you can marry her again. She's already married. She had a nikah with Omar the Muslim. Okay, I remember that years ago, bro. I think they're still... Are they still married? They should be still... There's no way that they got divorced. There's no way. They were going to get married and like live happily ever after in a different country.
actually
I'm gonna
believe
make it
you're
very easy
wrong.
for you. I'm gonna make it very easy
And
for
so
you.
I can actually just softly relate to them
Chris, you already said
because
you don't
they
know
can
about
speak
it. It's
for
fine.
me and I stand in
Sir,
scholarship.
you already said you don't know about it. It's fine. What I want you to do now, collect.
No, it's not fine. It's not fine. Because this is now narrative control. You are trying to control the narrative as the more knowledgeable other. You're trying to be a MKO by Vygotsky's analysis, bro. Stop it.
Your phone, open up ChatGPT. I want you to just generally,
ChatGPT.
yes, generally, I want you to open it up and
Generally,
say,
not particularly.
You say open up ChatGPT. These are the new dais, bro. These are the new scholars.
Yeah.
open it up.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. Ask it. What is the general understanding of this passage of
Right.
the fall of Babylon?
Okay.
Pull it up right now. Open
Why don't I
it,
trust
read it.
ChatGPT?
I'm telling you, you don't know the passage.
I literally, I just said to you, here's the
Okay, so
standard.
I'm just gonna
I want
scholars.
I want scholarship, and you're like, oh, I can't give you scholarship. I don't have scholarship. And then it's like, but ChatGPT will tell you though.
You said you need to be educated on. I got you. So
And this is the problem. This is the this is the problem. This is the issue. If you ever want to have like a moment, okay, look no further than these two right here. Chris has been doing this for around 5, maybe 6 years, okay? He was at the corner in 2020, entering 2021, and he's been doing it now for 5 years, okay? Half a decade. He understands that when you have these kinds of dialogues, there are certain points that you're not allowed to go into. We are not at the stage where we can use AI in theology debates, ever, because theology is such a contentious topic that requires actual research. With politics and pulling up data sources and fact-checking, that's completely different. But when it comes to using AI in theology debates, it's just a big no-no. But what this exposes is the fact that she feels comfortable with it. And she feels comfortable with it because she's in a completely different circle of friends that are okay with using AI, that are okay with using ChatGPT to be able to basically find their source data and crowd their source data. But when these two worlds collide, one of the older veteran who's been debating for 5 years by simply reading the books and getting the scholarship down right, and a newcomer, an upstart that wants to basically supplant his own content space, then you get this. You get a person who believes that they're really knowledgeable and are trying to position themselves as the MKO, and just ends up looking like a person that uses AI to basically found their points. It's embarrassing.
From scholars.
in Isaiah, no problem.
Because he has a big following, but he's low tier. Sig is 100 times smarter than Logic.
I got you. So I'm just gonna go verse by verse.
Not Times of Israel or whatever.
No. I got you.
I want scholarship.
I got you. Let me get you the website.
Keep asking her. Don't stop asking her. Keep asking her. Because the more you ask her, the more you get her to basically concede. Keep asking her. You know what I'm saying? Keep asking her.
You don't know Isaiah 21? Only Islamic dilemma.
You got destroyed by Korah. No, I didn't.
Man, I'll be focused on the Islamic dilemma, man. Hey, man, there are plenty of people better than me on that. Plenty of people better than me.
You gotta write a book about that.
Yeah, but Itachi, I didn't know about Moses' hand, didn't I?
If I was in the US, I would have surpassed 100K. Look, I don't want to surpass 100K, bro. I want a stable community, bro. I don't want to have 100K subs and only have 180 live viewers, bro. If I have 100K subs, I want to have like 1,000 viewers live. You see what I mean? Like, I want to have that many viewers live at least. I don't want to be in 100K subs for no reason and my live viewers are dead. No, I want a good, sustainable community. I like having a chat that I talk to. I don't really mind whether my videos bang views or not. Sometimes it's cool to see the videos bang views, but I don't care if they bang views. I want a chat that I can talk to all the time. I like doing breakdown videos. I like going through analysis of things. That's what I like to do. And that takes longer to go full time. And you, the viewer, can help with that if you go onto patreon.com/SJFilagi. Right? Head over to Patreon, man. Sig was scared to come out of his cave Saturday. Saturday, I was at church. Sunday, I was at church.
Come on, don't make little puns like that. That's too easy.
So let's just go verse by verse, okay?
Yeah.
So Isaiah 21 installs the desert of the sea pronouncement, like the gales that race through the Negev. It comes from the desert. Actually, I don't like this transition. Let me get you the simple English. Isaiah 21. Because we're gonna need that. We're gonna need that one for first. All right. So the chapter starts off. It says Babylon is fallen. It says this is the burden against the desert by the sea. Like
Thank you for
whirlwind sweeping through the Negev, an invader
$5.
comes from the desert, from a land of terror. A dire vision is declared to me. The traitor still betrays, and the destroyer still destroys. Go up, O Elam, lay siege, O Media. I will put an end to all her groaning. So God is essentially saying to these different neighboring nations, I'm going to be the one to bring an end to Babylon using these nations. Okay. Therefore, my body is filled with
Thank you,
anguish.
Kafar.
Pain grips me like the pains of a woman in labor. I am bewildered to hear. I am dismayed to see. My heart falters. Fear makes me tremble, etc., etc. Okay. This is where the actual prophecy starts. So it says, "For this is what the Lord says to me: Go post a lookout and have him report when he sees. When he sees chariots with teams of horsemen, riders on donkeys, riders on camels, he must be alert, fully alert." So from verse 6, it's talking about a watchman who posts a lookout. And what the Jewish rabbis they interpret this as being Habakkuk, and they link it to Habakkuk chapter 2, where he is the watchman with.
Yo, this guy, bro. I don't understand what's with the like masked up security, bro. Is this like to look more intimidating? Like, you're masked up, but you have a do-rag that I can see through. This is not intimidating at all. Apart from the crossed arms, like the all black in the middle of the summer, I know you're sweltering under there, bro. But okay.
was posted as a lookout in regards to prophecy. Now, it continues, like I said, I'm going to get back to verse 7 as well, because that was very important. So it says, then the lookout shouted, day after day, my lord, I stand on the watchtower night after night, I stay at my post, look, here come the riders, horsemen, and pairs, and one answers saying, fallen, fallen is Babylon. So 2 falls, remember that. All the images of her gods lie shattered on the ground. Okay, so that's the entire prophecy.
Okay, right.
Now, we have a few things that we have to talk about. All right, we have the 4, well, actually, I got to show you the 4 individuals, because you're not going to see it from the actual translation, because, you know, you guys corrupt the translation.
I'm not sure where you're going with this, I have to be honest.
You don't know the prophecy.
It's not going anywhere. It's not.
That's why,
Well, you're just telling me things,
that's
but
why I'm
I
getting
don't-
to it.
Okay,
You said you
but
don't know,
just
so I
help.
have to
She would deep fry you Apex too. No, they wouldn't. What? No, they wouldn't.
Tell me the brief idea, and then I can
Hello
follow
from
you with it.
Denver, Co. Hello from Denver, Colorado. Been loving your recent vids. Thank you, Wood of David.
But don't just like read stuff at me and be like, you understand that?
Bible.
Yeah, but like, okay, I'll read 1 Corinthians. Let's do it.
We're talking
What's the
about
point?
prophecy. What are you talking about?
Well, my point is that if you're going to make an argument that something is a prophecy, please explain how you understand it to be a prophecy.
That's something, but it's not just being a prophecy. It needs to be a prophecy that's going to be for the time frame that you're talking about. You're not just saying this is predicting a future event. You're saying it's predicting these future events, namely that it is the coming of Jesus and then the coming of Muhammad. How did you get there? Right? You haven't established that at all. By the way, most of the historical exegetes, most of them, by the way, take this to basically mean the Medes and the Persians. And then after the Medes and the Persians, it's the king of Babylon. The 2 riders generally are the kings of the Medes and the Persians, the Sentinel, and then the king of Babylon. And that's it.
All the thing is a prophecy.
What I'm saying is, you need to explain what you're arguing, because otherwise, like, I don't think anyone knows what you're getting at
I
here.
told you it
You said something about
prophesies
2 falls of Babylon. Okay, what's that? Okay, what does that claim?
Historically speaking,
You haven't said.
falls of Babylon.
You haven't said.
Yes, I did.
You didn't. You just said there are 2 falls of Babylon.
Yes, and
Okay, now
historically
what?
speaking, what we know is that there are 2 falls of Babylon that occur.
Yeah.
Okay? One of them occurs during the time of Cyrus and Darius.
Okay.
That's during
This isn't-
Isaiah's time and so on.
It's actually, what's that got to do with prophecy?
This is a prophecy.
Oh, okay. Wait, you're saying that it's prophesying that they will fall. That is it.
They're going to take over Babylon.
Okay, that's a prophecy. Okay, that's a prophecy in
Yes,
particular. Right.
No.
Okay.
Not that it's 2 times, or is that
No,
important?
it is 2 times. It is recorded.
Okay, right. So it's specifically the timeline. All right, okay.
What we see in Isaiah chapter 21 verse 7, if you go to Bible Hub and you click on the interlinear, what you'll actually see is that this is not in the plural. So what we see in the translations, it puts the horsemen as in a plural, so meaning a conglomerate of horsemen, a
Yeah, but he's saying there's one person that rides the chariot.
conglomerate of horse riders, and a conglomerate of camel riders. Yeah, when we actually look at the Hebrew, it has all of these in the singular minus the pair of horsemen because the pair is 2. So we'll have it obviously in the plural, or the dual plural. So what we see is that it's 2 horsemen, 1 donkey rider, and 1 camel rider. Now historically speaking,
And the one donkey rider, historically speaking, is going to be Jesus, and the one camel rider is going to be Muhammad. The donkey rider is going to be Jesus, and the camel rider is going to be Muhammad. Watch.
according to the Jews and the Christians, Cyrus
Right, the Jews and the Christians.
and Darius are representative of the 2 horse riders. Okay. Then the donkey rider is representative of the Messiah, and they link this to Zechariah chapter 9 verse 9, where it talks about, see our king who comes lowly flesh riding on the foal of a donkey and so on. Then we have
Yeah. But the problem is you also have Nahum 3:2, where they have the riders on the teams of horsemen. The crack of the whip, the rumble of the real galloping horse and bounding chariot. Like, that's the actual cross-reference there. Then you have other people, for example, the riders on the donkeys, which would also be referencing to the book of Judges, where you just have people that basically ride on donkeys. The riders on camels would literally just be any camel riders ever. And those people are supposed to be, like, fully alert for some reason, okay? So I don't even understand why she's trying to make this argument. Well, I understand why she's trying to make the argument, because she's trying to make a argument from historical continuity. If you can argue that there's historical continuity with, Muhammad and Jesus, then it's going to be way better than just saying that Muhammad's there because he's cool.
the camel rider, and many
Yes, Zephaniah 3:14-15 is a really, really important verse to actually look at this, right? And you can actually do this easy. 21 verse 9, and then you have to go Zephaniah 3 verse 14, I think. 14-15. Sorry, guys, just gonna stop that there. So it says here, right? As you can see there, you have the disaster of the people that they see no more. Not Zephaniah. You said Zechariah, not Zephaniah. Zechariah. If you look at, why is everything going bad? Zephaniah 3:14-15 proves the donkey rider in Zechariah 9:9 is Yahweh. It's because the king of Israel is in your midst, and you will see disaster no more. But if you also then cross-reference that with, if I go Zechariah 9, verse 9, let's see. Look, here comes a chariot of men with a pair of horsemen. What? No way. What? And then he answered and said, Babylon is fallen. All the carved images are of gold. He has broken her to the ground. So the horsemen are the Babylonians. And then afterwards, you then have the chariot with the donkey, right? The chariot with the donkey can either mean Jesus Christ himself because he's riding on a colt, right? And then the camel would just be John the Baptist. But we now know that the chariot with the horsemen is literally people that actually destroy Babylon. Babylon is fallen. And who is the person that destroys Babylon? It's going to be Jesus Christ. That's not Isaiah 21:9. I want Zechariah 9:9. That's what I want. Here it is. Rejoice greatly, daughter of Jerusalem. Behold, your daughter of Jerusalem. Behold, your king is coming to you, right? Lowly riding on a donkey, a colt, the fall of a donkey, right? That's the verse that Itachi quoted. But you want to use this particular verse as well.
More modern, I will say more modern Jews will say that this is in reference to the Ishmaelites and the Arabs because generally speaking, the camels are representative
Which
of the
modern Jews? Who? Which modern Jews? Which modern Jews? Which ones? Which ones? Because usually when people look at the camels, they specifically mean these are the Medes and the Persians. If you look at, for example, Pulpit's commentary, and I hate these like modern Protestant commentaries as well, but even if you look at the commentaries of the fathers on the book of Isaiah, by the way, can someone get me the Ancient Christian Commentary on Scripture series for the book of Isaiah and put it in the Discord server, please? The Ancient Christian Commentary on Scripture for the book of Isaiah by the Church Fathers. Put that in the chat, please. I just need to see it if you can. Thank you.
desert as it states in the Bible. Okay, so what we have is these four individuals. Okay, we don't know who the camel rider is. I'm going to leave that to you to interpret at the end. Okay, or to the audience. Now, the two horsemen, Cyrus and Darius, we know historically speaking, according to the Cyrus cylinders, right, that they went into Babylon during the.
The procession represents the Persian army. Asses and camels are probably introduced as beasts of burden, although both animals are reported to have been used by the Persians in actual battle.
500s and so on, in 58, and they take over Babylon. Okay, now here's the problem. In that same passage, it says that all the images of Babylon's gods lie shattered on the ground. Okay, and here's the problem. Cyrus, when he goes into Babylon, he starts worshiping those idols according to the Cyrus cylinders, which they date back to his time period specifically. So obviously, the idols are not destroyed by Cyrus in his time period. When Darius comes into the picture, Darius is not, he's not taking over Babylon.
But how do you know? That seems like an inference.
Well, how does he know what? Sorry.
So wait, you said he didn't destroy it because they still have some. Is that
No,
your
the
point?
Cyrus cylinder says that he prayed to their idols. So I can read it for you.
So wait, hang on.
I remember reading John Barton and Mudderman's commentary. Barton and Mudderman used to be like two OGs on the Bible, two huge heavyweights. I used to love those guys.
I'm confused. Like, trying to see what you're getting at.
So in the Cyrus cylinder.
Look, what she's trying to do is this whole process of elimination. She's trying to eliminate the fact that it can't be any of these other people. It has to be someone after Jesus. It has to be Muhammad. That's what she's trying to do. There, I just saved you like 5 hours of viewer time.
Better actually.
Okay, so Cyrus came in and destroyed Babylon, right?
And then he gave praise to their idols.
Okay, and that's important because
in that passage in Isaiah, it says all the images of its gods lie shattered on the ground, meaning the idols have to be destroyed.
Okay. So you're saying that didn't happen?
Yeah, it didn't happen during Cyrus's time.
So, but you're interpreting that to be, in order for it to be that, it has to be all of them. Right.
Idolatry has to
So
be gone.
not that he's just destroyed a lot of them and.
No,
so on.
idolatry has to be gone. Right, that's how it's understood. And as well as the fact that this is only the
Okay,
first.
it's a bit of a stretch to me.
I'll tell you what.
Right.
There's two falls. According to both Jews and Christians, it's supposed to be two falls. So either way, it's not going to be fulfilled during Cyrus's time. I'm just making the point even clearer. Okay. Here, and I'll show you that he also worships.
There's another thing as well. Like, she's trying to go over all of this because she knows that he can't fact check him here. Fact checker here. This is so scummy. Like this apologetic I hate. You see what I'm saying? They know, he won't fact check me on this because he doesn't know it. So because he doesn't know it, then yeah, we're going to be fine. It's so weird, bro.
These idols and stuff. So here it says Cyrus's prayer. May all the gods whom I settled in their sacred centers as Thali of Bel and Nabu, that my days be long, and may they intercede for my welfare. May they say to Marduk, my lord, as for Cyrus the king who reveres you, and Cambyses his son. Okay, so it makes it very clear, historically speaking, Cyrus did not, condemn idolatry or anything of the sort, and this is only referring to the first fall. Now, when it comes to the second,
I don't know.
that's fine. You don't know, it's fine.
It seems like a bit of a stretch. That's what I'm getting at.
What's the stretch? This is the way that it's interpreted by the Jews.
He did go in and conquer it.
Which Jews? Oh, she's definitely worked with Shira on this because that's all he does.
He conquered Babylon,
right.
But he didn't destroy the idolatry.
Well, this is the thing. With prophecies, you can't just be like, okay, let's...
Yeah, well, like this net reference.
Let's try a hyper-literal view of something and say that this is definitively how it's meant to be understood.
Yeah,
because, again, as you know...
Oh, please.
Wait, Itachi. What I'm saying is... I assume this is important somewhere, right? Which is why you're bringing it up. What I'm saying is...
I'm going to show you why it's
important. Okay, so it is important, right? So what I'm saying is...
Someone says just shotgunning points and whipping up absolute poo in a kettle. Bro, the smell. Max, the smell. Bro, in a kettle, bro. Like, the smell. Okay, it's actually dark. If you want to know, like, a literal interpretation of this text, yeah, Ibn Ezra is the most literalist of the literalists of the literalists, okay? And even he has really bad literalist interpretations, like, really, really bad. Like, there's so many assumptions that he takes in his commentaries on the Bible as well. You could, even looking at his commentaries, you would be amazed and shocked.
You have a view among some rabbinic Jews, for example, about how they interpret a prophecy. Is it unified? Is this all?
Yes.
Regarding this exact
Yes,
Cyprus
regarding
thing?
this.
It's not. No, it's not. Well, regarding what exactly? It's not regarding your point, though.
Yes. Okay.
Complete unity, man. You rarely see that these days.
Well, what do you mean by complete unity? I'm talking about majority position. Is that?
Oh, wait. So, okay. So there are actually other positions than this.
Yeah. Random people that think
Right.
that.
Okay.
Oh my god! So you just conceded that there are random positions. Fine. So why would you say that it's ubiquitous?
So,
If you want me to,
Wait,
go
but you
on
see-
TikTok,
you see,
open up
this
my
is my
TikTok,
point.
There's a guy that thinks that Babylon's American.
no one is convinced by your argument. No one's convinced by your argument.
Even the way that she's looking at her like, oh my god, right? Bro, stop. No one's looking at you, gang. I hate when people do this. She's looking for the crowd to back up. Guy, fee, look at me. I fed a word. No. Bro, just focus, man. Focus on actually debating. Focus on debating the point. Focus on actually keeping with the substance, okay? Stop doing this posturing. It's not you. It doesn't befit you. Whoa, why does it keep going down, bro?
Argument. I've already demonstrated to you. No one in scholarship thinks that Isaiah 21 and the two Babylons have anything to do with Muhammad.
Thank
None of
you.
No, that's not true. I already told you that they're.
None of it's true.
Who?
Okay.
Who thinks it's Muhammad? Who? Just name one. Name a person that's not a Muslim, it's a biblical scholar that genuinely believes that this is Muhammad. Who?
Talk to Nikolai Sinai, Gabriel Stein, Reynolds, Stephen Shoemaker. Anything.
True. And by the way, this is an easy slam dunk because he knows that all of these confessional scholars are on his side. Shoemaker, Reynolds, Sinai, all of those people are on his side, confessionally speaking, on this matter. So it's an easy layup. Absolutely easy. Like, how could you even get caught with that, bro? To say every single scholar, bro. Why would you ever say every single scholar? I mean, that's probably because that's what she would do. Of course, she would say every single scholar. How would you make such a ridiculous claim that every single scholar's read it, even though you've never read all the scholars? You haven't read any of the scholars actually on this issue. You've read things that might support your confirmation bias, and that's pretty much it.
Of any scholar that isn't already a Muslim and ask him if he thinks Isaiah 21 is about Muhammad.
You want Jews?
No, what scholarship?
Yes, Jewish scholars. They're Jewish.
Why are you obsessed with Jews? Look,
Because
I
they're
don't
the-
care.
I am obsessed with Jews. When she says scholarship, by the way, she knows what he means by scholarship. He means modern academia that's researched the issue, that would take even these Jews as a secular data point, okay? But no, she wants to say, oh, specific Jewish confessional rabbinic theologians. What do they say?
If they're Jewish, Christian, atheist, agnostic, I don't care.
And you say, I don't care what you have to say about the book. Just listen.
No, that's not what she's saying. He's saying, I don't care which scholars you cite. Just cite one. And now you're posturing to the audience again because you've seen people do this at the corner for 5 years and you think that you could just come up and do it well. You're not good at this. Stop it.
She only wants to give me Jewish scholarship. It has to be Jews. Can't be anyone else. No, I'm saying we should accept anyone.
So
And you're saying
why
only
am I
the
gonna-
Jews.
Why am I going to take what you're saying? Why am I going
Because-
to take yours? Why can't I take the Jewish
Do you accept
scholars?
scholarship from non-Jews?
Can I take the Jewish scholars?
Yes. Can you also
Do
take?
I have to take your scholars?
Can you take
Do
any
I
other?
have to take
Can you
them?
take any other?
Do I have to take
Can you take any
them?
other?
Do I have to?
You don't have to, but you look a bit
Beautiful,
silly.
so I don't care
You
about
look a
that.
bit silly
So I don't care
if
about
you
that.
are saying
I
that you
can
can
show you
only
that other
accept
people
Jewish
interpret it
scholarship and not other.
She hasn't been able to prove why she should only accept Jewish scholarship, and now she's getting frustrated 17 minutes in. Congratulations, bro. You flew over how many hours for this?
scholarship.
It's a 10-hour flight for this. Great theology.
Sit down. There's a stool right there. Just sit down.
But you see,
don't
you're
know
making
about
blunders left, right, and centre. The
Ah.
blunder is you refuse to. Okay, my point. Scholarship rejects what she's saying. I want her to explain what that is. She refuses to do so.
Show me.
Easy. Every single scholar that is a scholar of.
Do you plan on engaging atheists on these? I think Joe Schmidt can handle that.
Listen.
Show me a scholar that rejects
This is
it.
very simple.
Show me.
Very simple.
Push back just a little bit. Take a step back.
Show me the scholars.
Yeah, I'll show them a sort of chariot with a pair of riders. One riding a donkey and the other one riding a camel. And that is a sign of Persia and Media. Yeah, which makes sense, right? Like the Medes and the Persians, because the Medes and the Persians are two different people. Usually we think of Medeo-Persia to like combine them into one, but the Medes and the Persians would make sense, right? Why? Because in Isaiah, okay, sorry, wait, that's not what we want to look at. Isaiah 21, verse 7 says, a pair of horsemen, a chariot of donkeys, and a chariot of camels, okay? And he saw a chariot with a pair of horsemen, a chariot of donkeys, and a chariot of camels. The general rubric for this is the horsemen are basically seen as representing these two, And so the donkeys in this specific scenario, right, are the Medes, right? And then the chariot of camels are seen as the Persians. How do we know that? Because if we look at the previous and posterior chapter, what we see is basically the fact that they're going to go over. Why? Because we see here that the horsemen are confirmed as Babylon. So we know, okay, well, these horsemen are supposed to be a specific city. The chariot with a pair of horsemen is Babylon has fallen. All the carved images of her gods have broken to the ground. Oh, my threshing and the grain of my floor, which I have heard from the Lord God of hosts, the God of Israel, I have declared to you. And then they start talking about the burdens of the watchmen that the watchmen are going to see later on. All of these things that we're basically looking at are the destructions of cities. This has nothing to do with Christian destructions. If the chariot of donkeys was Jesus, then Jesus would have had to come and destroy a city. He never did, even by the first coming, right? But if it's the second coming, then there's no way this could be about Muhammad because Jesus comes and destroys everything in the second coming anyway. So this couldn't be Jesus Christ in the first coming because whoever these people are on these horses, they're going to destroy stuff. Jesus destroyed nothing in his first coming. But the donkeys, the people that are riding on the donkeys, destroy things in their first coming. And the camels also destroy things when they come as well. Now, Muhammad definitely did destroy things, but the camels can't destroy anything until the donkeys destroy things first. So the horsemen go first, horsemen are Babylon. Then it's the donkeys are the Medes. And then you have the camels who are the Persians. Make sense? Good.
Yeah. Every single scholar.
By the way, I'm even reading the commentary as well. And he shall see a chariot. This is Rashi. And he shall see a chariot, and I will show him there a sort of chariot with a pair of riders, one riding a donkey and the one riding a camel. And that is a sign of Medes and Persia. That's just Rashi's commentary. If you look at Ibn Ezra, for example, when he has his own particular commentary, he sees the same thing, that it's Babylon and the Medes and the Persians. I don't understand why we're interpreting this differently.
Give me a scholar that rejects what I'm saying about the two falls of Babylon.
Every single scholar who studies Isaiah, who is an expert in Isaiah, who is not already a Muslim, who doesn't believe in Muhammad, does not believe Isaiah 21 is a prophecy about Muhammad.
Facts. That's true. That's the truest thing you've said all day.
Beautiful. Okay,
beautiful.
Phatic language again. Phatic expression again.
If I show you Jews that do say it is. Then
So wait, do you accept what I just said?
Sure, I believe that.
All right, there you go. Thank you. Itachi, what you've just, there you go. Thank you. There you go. So the experts don't have the understanding of it, but you do.
Yes, because I'm going to refute their understanding of it.
Oh my gosh. So I know better than the experts. Yes. You have no research degrees. You have no business contributing to the field. But yet, because you're in a park and you're debating an older guy, you believe that you know more than the scholars. Itachi, I tip my hat off to you. You are amazing. Like, this is just poo in a kettle. This whole argument is just poo in a kettle. Bro, the smell. The actual smell.
So wait, the consensus about people who study it for a living are wrong, but YouTubers online have got a correct view of it.
It's not a good argument.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
So anyway, let's get back to it.
Bro, Anas, stop talking, bro. By the way, now this is just Chris doing narrative framing, right? He's just framing that as like, bro, you just said that you're better than professors, bro. But you've shown no reading for this. You've shown no reason for this at all.
That's really terrible.
Yo, can somebody pull
By the way, tomorrow, you know what I'm gonna do? Tomorrow, I might go live again in the evening, and I'll do a Muhammad in the Bible live. You know.
Mate, she's doing a great job. I think she's doing really well. I think she's doing great, man. I think she's doing. She doesn't give me them though. She doesn't give me them. Scholars.
I literally asked you if I could pull up the scholars.
For some reason, yeah, which is weirdly exclusively Jews apparently.
Yes, because
why?
they're the ones who gave us this text. Do they not hold the tradition coming from Moses? Is that not what you were
you know that people can study Isaiah and not be Jewish.
You know the problem is she thinks she's me, bro. She thinks this is me. This is poo in a kettle. This whole thing is poo in a kettle. She genuinely thinks, oh yeah, like if I can pass it to the audience, they'll listen to me. Unfortunately, and this is very sexist to say this, you do not have the frame to do this. You are terrible at holding frame. You just sound annoying. And when I say sexist, I believe it's sexist because of the other people. I believe the other people are being sexist towards you because it's a very sexist space. And I don't mean us, the Christians. I mean the Muslims.
He argued
You know
with
that,
me
right?
earlier. He argued with me earlier about the
Oh,
Jews and
man.
their oral
Of course.
traditions, and now all of a sudden,
Yo, this guy, bro, okay, now this guy's starting to scare me, bro. He's got an AirPod in, so he's definitely not listening to the conversation, bro. He's just looking at my man, bro. Bro.
does he care
No,
about the Jews
my
and their
friend,
oral
it's all right. She's doing good.
Ridiculous.
She's doing great.
Okay.
I think one of the best. One of the best. One of the best, man.
Amir, you're cute, man. Genuinely, you're cute. See the way that he came in, just tried to try to save face for his babes. That's great, man. that's great. You know, I can't even say. I mean, they're not dating. I don't know, bro. They're all dating each other, aren't they? Like, bro, I'm so done with this whole group. Like, they're all dating each other. I'm not gonna, you know, I don't want to add fuel to the fire, but genuinely, the leaks that I've seen, bro. This guy is sleeping with this person sending news to this person. This person is joking with this person is staying in rooms with this person, even though they're not supposed to be doing it in the same room with this person. This person is staying in a hotel with this person is doing it with this person is going into bed and sleeping with girls in this person. Like, some people are smoking weed, giving dawah. Some people are saying, oh, I take it up the hole, or for the sake of the deen. Like, bro, they're so unserious. And you know why? It's because they're all young. Like, all of these people are young. None of these people are old enough. None of these people are mature enough. None of these people have the wherewithal to be able to handle the immense responsibility that their community has given them. She should not be on 57K. He should not even have 10,000 subs. None of these people should have any subs whatsoever, because they're all immature. All of them, everyone. All of them, at all. Okay? They're all immature. They're all babies, children. And the only reason they are still alive is because the Christians that they so hate keep them alive, okay? And it's the most frustrating thing to see people implode in real time, because they're human beings and they're created in the image of God, and I love them. But they're horrible. They're horrible at this, bro. It's insane. Like, chat, do you understand, like, what these people do, yeah? Chat, some of these people have been married, like, more than once. And that shouldn't be a problem usually, okay? Under their paradigm, yeah. Some of these men were talking about committing zina just openly. Itachi abandoned all these people because all these people were no longer of use to her, bro. Oh, this and this person slept with this and this person. This person was juking this person. This person was dushing this person. Oh, she got married to him, but he was having an affair with her. Oh, he was embezzling funds from this and he was stealing money from that. Oh, they didn't invite me on my thing, so I'm going to bait them out. What is this rubbish? And the guy that's doing all the bait out stuff is one guy. It's all Malik, bro. And then what, bro? Then this Warner guy comes out of nowhere. This Warner guy is apparently DL. That's what the streets are saying. That's what the grapevine is saying. People are saying that he's DL. And it's like, bro, none of these people are serious. Like, all of this stuff is like Love Island Dawah, bro. Like, bro, there's no akhlaq. None of them need degrees. None of them need any training formally. None of them even need to know Arabic on an academic level, bro. Oh, he has a YouTube channel. He wears a thobe. She covers her face but shows her eyes, and wears a kimono with her figure showing. You know, he said yani a couple times. He must be a scholar. Like, what are we talking about? Why are any of these people taken seriously in any sense whatsoever? Talking about some love, bro. Yo, I sometimes I genuinely wonder, like, where would these people be without God logic, bro? Where would these people be without God logic, bro? Where? Because without the Christian community, bro, this whole scene would be like whipping up poo in a kettle, bro. Wallah, this is top tier poo, bro. This is top tier poo in a kettle, bro. Did you say working at McDonald's would be great, bro. Some of these men would be starting businesses. I know he wouldn't be. He'd be selling peptides, bro. He'd be selling tides, bro. Get me on that. You know? And it's like, what kind of witness are we saying to people for the church, man? And you know, like, us people as Christians, like, we have to deal with these kinds of people because we have to come out here, we have to refute them, whatever. But then that means that we have to now get involved in their drama, because when we make our own stuff and we platform our content and they're brought onto it, we now have to suffer the brunt of their, like, weird skeletons in their closet. And it's annoying. It's the most icky thing ever because none of these people are mature enough to have a platform of their own. All of them are just looking to ankle bite off each other until they're big enough to basically cut each other off. They're all just big babies, like all of them. Like they have no akhlaq, bro. They have no akhlaq, bro. That's the problem.
He has a few points, but she can improve.
Let it be in, bro. That's fine. We're just
Mate, it's alright. They gotta jump in. They gotta jump in.
Man, it's fine. It's all good. Don't worry.
Itachi, most scholars and experts don't believe you are true, right? So you need overwhelming evidence to the contrary.
I got you.
Not just a hypothetical, overwhelming evidence.
This appeal
Do you have
to
overwhelming
authority-
evidence?
Look. This appeal to authority is going to get absolutely obliterated. I'm going to show him
Wow, that's so cool, bro.
why his scholars.
I thought they're in their early 20s. Bro. That's prime kid age, bro. When has anyone ever been in their early 20s and has made like a really good decision for themselves, bro? Every single person that becomes financially free at like 21, 22, 23, 24, even 25, all of them, regardless of how cool they are, all make fundamental mistakes. If it's that they lose their money, if it's that they are emotionally unstable, if it's that they're not ready to handle that sort of responsibility, something has to give. And the only way that you can avoid all of that is by being humble, more humble than everyone else, and more hardworking than anyone else. That's it. And none of these people are humble or hardworking. The only person here that's like generally, I would even consider like even a modicum of humility was this Rayan guy, bro, back in the day, bro. He was humble, bro. But the space online can only be navigated by people who are absolute dogs that are willing to snake on any single person to work their way to the top. Or by people that are humble enough to rise above the controversy and to rise above the drama. Now, here at Jerome, bro, here at the channel, we try to do that. We try to rise above the drama. Why? By commenting on it and learning about how not to be like those kinds of people. And so we comment on the drama, but we never get involved. Bro, there are so many Orthodox Christians, or there's already Christians probably, that slander me, that say Jerome is this and this, this and that. Jerome's gone this, Jerome's got this allegation or that allegation. Sure. None of those claims are true. But for me to engage with them would be silly. Why? Because I'd be doing exactly what they do. That's dumb, right? If those accusations are true, God will see to it, right? But if what I'm doing is from God, no matter how much anyone may accuse me, you can't stop the shine, bro. It's just that fact. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like you can't stop the shine.
Have the wrong
Wait, this is funny. All right. So first of all, an appeal to authority. I know because we can't get there.
Man said, yeah, guys, Jerome's got this and that. Spread the news, bro. You might as well, bro. I want to bleed all the viewers, bro.
So
you're still a young dude. You're on Unc status. Yes, you will make mistakes. Of course, I've made so many mistakes, bro. Even over the past 3 years, I've made mistakes. We've had this channel open for 3 years. No one was there when it, bro. Who's there with the OGs when it was just like 16 people that would be watching a live stream, bro? Who was there, bro? The infighting between Christians is insanity, bro. We have so much infighting, bro.
Appeal to authority is fine as long as it's a valid authority. Is it fair for
We
me
love
to
you,
appeal
Rome.
to?
Hey, that might be my name, bro. Rome. I like Rome, bro. I like Rome, bro. Rome's a good name.
Scholars of the book of Isaiah.
I'm certainly not using the Bible for morals. Okay, use the church.
Yes, it is. Of course it is. Now, when I do this, they don't agree. They don't agree with what you're saying.
He's check. No, whoa. Is he checking her out? Chat, is he checking her out? What? Yo, where's his eye placement, bro? Hold on. You're supposed to be her security, bro. What you secure him? I don't know what to make of this, bro. We got you in 4K. 1080p. 60 frames per second. You know who you is, bro. Who hired you? Who employed you for your services? What, was the niqab not baggy enough? Was the kimono not covering up what needs to be covered? What was it? Was it too delightful, and that's why you look, brother? Lower your gaze, even lower than that, bro. This brother took lower your gaze to a new level, bro. Wallah, this is poo in a kettle. The brother's eyes are fixated, bro. He's not paying attention to the debate. He's got 2 AirPods in, bro. He's got one objective only, to look at naan, bro. Naan bread. He saw something we didn't, bro. Dark. Yeah. Yeah. Yo, lower your gaze, gang. No, we got... Hold on. We know what we doing. Bro, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. I didn't even see all that, man.
Now, when I do this, they don't agree. They don't agree with what you're saying.
Bring it. Bring the scholars
Are you
that
telling me-
disagree with what I'm saying right now. Go ahead.
So I said that's a righteous man. Right, she looking kind of legs still, bro.
Asked you, and you have agreed with me. The consensus is they don't agree with you.
No one saved from the out of pocket tweets. Complete out of context. I stand.
Wait. Hang on. Are you saying the consensus is that they do agree with you? Is the consensus they do agree with you?
I never said it's consensus or not consensus. You're adding.
No, it has to be one way or the other, right? Either the majority do or majority don't. So which way is it?
50-50?
50-50. An equal number of scholars both think that Isaiah 22 is about Muhammad and don't think it's about Muhammad.
This is actually so sad. Guys, he said
Isaiah 21.
So I thought you said it was ubiquitous, bro. Well, she didn't. But what scholars believe it's about Muhammad?
no idea about this prophecy in the Bible. He had nothing.
But I'm appealing to scholarship.
What
She's
scholars?
appealing to nothing.
Where are
You've
the scholars?
already admitted on
Where are the
camera.
scholars?
You've already admitted
He actually mentioned 3. We counted.
that most scholars do not accept this.
Can you
Which
bring me
scholar? Can you name one?
May he who has not sinned throw the first stone. We're all sinners. Yes, bro. But you would never catch me just like eyes fixated on the batty, bro. Like, bro, you would never find my eyes just fixated on yeeks, bro. Ever. I mean, no.
Why do I need to?
Because you're saying that
No. Ew.
Do you reject what I'm saying?
Can I bring my scholar that says it?
Do you reject what I'm saying?
I don't
Notice,
reject what you're
I answered
saying.
her question.
Now, do you agree that
she
there are
doesn't
scholars that
reject
do?
what I'm saying. So she doesn't agree with me
I
that the
already-
majority
I
consensus
already said
does
this
not
from
hold
the
her view and thinks that Isaiah 21 is not a prophecy
Beautiful.
about Muhammad.
Muhammad.
Now,
Thank
notice
you,
what I
ladies and
said from the
gentlemen.
beginning. I
This
said
is
from
yeah,
the
this is good.
beginning that I'm going to refute the Jewish and Christian understanding. Is that not what
Just
I
for
said, guys?
reference, I literally
Is that
have
not
no
what I said,
understanding of
everybody?
this topic
I said I'm going to refute the Jewish and Christian understanding. So I already acknowledge that they have a different.
No, I'm saying,
Of course you
I'm
do.
not an expert. I'm not an expert. I'm an expert.
You should-
I wrote a book about it.
Someone said
Right,
that.
so-
So I get a notification, yeah, at church, yeah. Imagine this. So I get a notification. Someone says to me, I didn't know, by the way, that they were there. I get a notification, like, liturgy's just finished. Like, we're at the part where everyone goes, the Done vlogunda ke agia zonda imas Kyrie filade ispola eti. Right? So we're at, like, that part where the liturgy's finished, yeah? So I'm about to leave, and then I think the priest says to me, he's like, I helped the bishop like for 5 seconds, finish that, and then and then the priest comes to me, he's like, yo, help me out with the baptism. I'm like, let's go. So someone's about to get converted into the faith, it's sick. So I'm there with my boys, and it takes a long time to do it, right? And then after I finish this, right, I get a message, someone's like, yo, Tachi's at the corner. I'm like, bro, I look at the time, I'm like, I'm not doing this, bro. The chorus there, everyone's there. I'm like, bro, I'm gonna go home and sleep, bro. Bro, I got stuff to do. But anyways, yeah, maybe I should have gone, bro. Nah, it's never worth it, man. I just had someone come into the faith, bro. Whilst these men are out here in the corner, I didn't even know they were there. I'm out here bringing people into the religion, bro. I'm gassed.
topic. But are you an expert in this
I'm
topic?
from the audience and wants to talk about it.
Do you know?
So you ran, I guess? No, bro. I was just busy at church. I was at church all day. I was at church all day, bro. That's why I couldn't go.
This passage I do.
Now she doesn't want to talk to me. Do you know Hebrew?
Guys,
That's
clearly
amazing.
doesn't
Do you know Hebrew?
On
Do
this,
you know Hebrew?
any Jew or Christian that wants
Do you
to
know
come
Hebrew?
from the audience and wants to talk about it.
Do you know
on
Hebrew?
This passage I do.
Now she doesn't want to talk to me. Do you
On
know
this
Hebrew?
passage I do.
No.
You know Hebrew? Can you give me the Hebrew letters of the
I said on this passage.
Yeah, it includes Hebrew letters from the ladies and gentlemen.
Kahilmar, it says Kahilmar is in the singular. There you go. Now
Right,
there's
so
your Hebrew
now that
lesson
we've
for the
established
day
that
too.
Tachi is
So
the expert
now-
in Hebrew, she knows the book of Isaiah to an expert level, which is what you've said.
Do you want me to just talk to the cameras? You don't want to
Hey,
actually.
Tachi, the way you
Oh my gosh. Man. You know, this was the time for her to like rise side. Like Chris has literally written a best-selling book on this, and this was the time for you to rise side, and you just, I don't know. Not on Muhammad in the Bible, sorry, but on Islamic Dilemma.
And
if
you
you
don't
humble
know about the
yourself.
prophecy.
If you humble yourself,
I humble
you'll
myself
look a
and
lot better.
better.
That's actually true. So here's the thing. If she did humble herself and just allowed her knowledge to shine through, she could make him look like an idiot. But because she comes with the prior understanding that she's better than him, then she wants to, blow it against him. Now, the only way you can ever do this well is if the person has already had a backlog of ridicule, or if the person's been ridiculed in the moment already and you're just going to pile onto it, right? Like, for example, when I debated with Man, bro, the cordiality was lost. Because why? Because he lost the cordiality first when he treated that woman really, really poorly.
You already said that
Just
most
let
scholars
me
agree
finish.
with me that
Okay,
it's
so
not a
let me
prophecy
finish.
about Muhammad.
So let me finish. I said that from the
I
beginning.
think you are
That's not a
finished,
blunder.
really. I mean, you more say like.
Okay, from the beginning, I said Jews and Christians interpret it in a specific way, and I'm going to show him why their interpretation is wrong. So can we continue now?
Oh my gosh,
Well,
my
I mean,
Steam was open.
Are you going to have
Can we
overwhelming
engage?
evidence for this prophecy?
Yes, I am. Can
You
we
are.
engage?
So, overwhelming evidence.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Go on.
So the
Continue.
first part we already completed. Cyrus and Darius referring to Media and Persia, according to Daniel 6. Okay. So we continue on, and we see that Media and Persia don't actually destroy Babylon nor its idols or anything. And the sword, they simply overtake it.
Cyrus and Darius refer to Media and Persia. The donkeys refer to Babylon, and then the Medes are in reference to the donkeys, and the Persians are in reference to the camels, which makes sense because the camels come from Persia with Iran.
Okay. Now.
That seems sketchy. Wait, so what is destroying them? So if I go into a city and like burn everything, but there's still technically a few things left, I destroyed it or not?
And they worship the idol.
So wait. If I destroy entire buildings, I raise the buildings, I kill all the cattle, there's still idols there. Is that destroyed or not?
That's fine, because there's two falls, bro. This is only the first fall.
Well, wait, you need both, don't you?
So I'm getting to the second one now.
Yeah, but you need both. And you failed the first one.
Two. The first one, it didn't complete the prophecy.
Yeah, but Itachi, if you're telling me there are two faults,
Yes.
and that's a prophecy,
Yes.
and I've already shown you the
Her
first
security's
one
laughing as Kakashi, bro. Yeah.
correct according to what you've said.
So you don't think it's a fall? It's not a fall.
What I'm saying is I'm saying you have a
Did
very
Cyrus take over
icky
Babylon?
way of looking at
Did
it.
Cyrus take over Babylon or
You
according to Jews
wait,
and
gave two different, so you overran it, but then like, oh, but it wasn't destroyed because there was.
idols are not destroyed. That's what I'm
Right.
saying. I'm not,
So
Babylon itself is
you have a
taken over. It says the fall of Babylon.
So what's the relevance of the idols?
Because the verse says the idols have to be shattered.
Oh, that is part of the prophecy.
Yeah.
Okay.
not-
So it goes back to my earlier critique then. So they
So
probably
then, if
did-
it's Jesus, then what idols are shattered under Jesus Christ? Oh no, it's the Christian Empire. Then they shattered the idols. Yes, of course. Yes, they're the Christians, of course. Yes, but technically, the Christians didn't shatter every single idol in existence. They tried their best. They tried their hegemony, but they literally didn't, because we still have evidence of idols even in Alexandria, even with Hypatia as ancient as Hypatia.
did shatter idols, but they probably left some.
Because he worshipped
So
them.
no idols were shattered.
He worshipped the
Are you
idols
saying
and
no idols were shattered?
said, "Oh, God."
Are you saying idols were shattered? Use a hyperbolic language, telling you to have to interpret it that way?
Guys, the idols, he started worshipping them, but he left a few of them just so he could do it on his side.
That's what she's saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm telling you,
images of its gods lie shattered on the ground, but let me keep a few for myself so I can go worship them. Okay?
what I'm
It's fine.
saying
It's
is
a random
scripture
Tuesday.
is often hyperbolic.
Bro, she thinks she's doing the rhetoric so good right now. The problem is, like, the audio of the camera isn't picking up. Probably on her end, it's better. Let me see. Nah, I'm not gonna give reviews.
The Quran is often hyperbolic,
Yeah,
which you would agree. So is the Bible in ways.
Okay, so him worshipping the
you
idols,
are
is that
understanding
godly or
it
not
in a
godly?
very specific way. that I don't necessarily have to agree with.
JC, improve your quality, bro. Because the image, the camera quality's gone up, but you gotta improve the camera, bro. Come on, you gotta improve the audio.
God's people coming and taking over this thing.
And they probably destroyed a lot of statues of pagan idols.
Why in the book
Oh,
it talks about Jesus coming back and destroying
this is
idolatry.
just in a kettle, bro. This is just in a kettle, bro.
Okay, so now here's the problem, okay? When we get to the next person, who is the donkey rider, okay? The donkey rider, as I explained to you, and I'm sure you would agree, to be the Messiah. Yes? Okay, beautiful. Now the Messiah comes.
That came from TMA. And now I see that the boot has finally dropped. I see. Okay, yeah. That came from TMA. Oh my god. Okay.
The Messiah has already come. First century AD, the Jews don't accept this issue that the Jews are going to have. Now we're going to get into the part where I'm refuting the Jewish position and later the Christian.
This is a lot of work. So.
Because you're
What is this?
no, details because you don't like details, right?
No, it's because I don't think you actually know how to present it properly.
Why does it keep cutting out?
That's what I don't think you're
Because
confident enough.
prophecies are not just one-liners like Christians try to
No,
pull.
you can,
Like,
can you
for
not
example,
summarize your view?
Christians go to Psalm 22, bring the first
Why are
verse
you now
and say,
talking
hey
about
guys,
Psalm
this is the
22?
prophecy of Jesus,
Why are you
right?
talking about something?
That's clip farming. Oh my gosh. The clip, bro, that's so cringe, bro. It's your internet taking the poo. No, it's not my internet taking the poo. Bro, actually, my latency is good this time around. I'm not lagging. Am I lagging, chat? No, so.
Sorry?
Why are you talking about Psalm 22?
I'm showing you that this is what you guys do. This is
Well,
what
no, that's
Christians
because
do.
Jesus quotes it. That's why.
Of course, you guys do one line and say the rest of it.
You mean
Yes,
the
and don't-
This does not happen for any other video. Like, if I go to, I don't know. If I go to this video, for example, like.
We just read. This what your book said, don't blame me.
You know, so it's not just ambiguous. It's not he makes it clear what he's talking about.
Right, so it's not just, yeah. I thought it was me.
all the time.
It
No,
actually
we
says
we
that
follow the
he's
whole
saved.
bit. He is. Yes, he
He
is.
doesn't die.
Is that what you interpret that?
No, of course. I can refute you on any topic when it comes to crucifixion.
No, you have a
Old
very
Testament.
childish level
If
of
you
knowledge.
want-
By the way, she's moving to, this is her third pivot. She's moving to another topic because she didn't do as well, or she didn't hold as well as she wanted to here. So she's moving to a completely different topic. It's so bad.
Do a third debate, no
Okay,
problem. Now,
so-
let's pay attention.
Not
No,
interested in whatever you're
no,
talking
no.
about
I know
now.
you want to run away from Muhammad in the Bible. It's okay.
You were the one that
It's
brought it up.
okay.
No one's running for Muhammad in the Bible. You brought up Muhammad in the Bible and you wanted to go to something different.
I'm giving you an example, bro.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to
Go
talk about
away
it.
from Muhammad in the Bible. Now, when it comes to this verse in Isaiah 21, here's the
Also, it's this culture of young people thinking that getting the last word in means that they actually came off the strongest. Now, although getting the last word is important in order to demonstrate your strength of argument sometimes, especially in rhetoric, it isn't a be-all and end-all. Sometimes your silence is much louder than getting that last word in. Unfortunately, she doesn't understand that. And because she doesn't understand that, he does it masterfully. You can tell that there's more experience with this particular person, Chris at Speaker's Corner, than Itachi, who is part of the new guard that we were talking about earlier on in stream.
issue that he's going to end up having with the Jews.
Rome, can you play one time OG meme of Kyle already saying? Which one?
Jesus is the Messiah. Yet it says that he is the next one in line when it comes to these falls of God. Because remember, there's
Is that a
four
boyfriend behind her? We don't know.
individuals. We cleared the two horsemen, which was Cyrus and Darius. Now we have the donkey rider, which is supposed to be indicative of the Messiah. And
specifically because people think that it's the Messiah riding on a cult. But technically, you haven't actually demonstrated that this particular prophecy is messianic. Like, which Jews actually believe that this prophecy is a messianic one, or one that's supposed to be future predicting in nature? Heck, even if you look at the responsa of the letters of Moshe ben Maimon, where do any of Moshe ben Maimon's letters ever demonstrate that this is supposed to be the King Messiah here? You know, you need to actually demonstrate that. It's just a classic case of people not actually asserting, of people asserting what they believe without actually providing evidence for it.
that is Messiah as well. Now,
You know, I'd love to do like a neutral podcast, sit down sort of thing, like with any of these people, like in a gauntlet. Okay, I'd love to do that, but it's got to be on the neutral platform, bro. I'm not gonna know Muhammad Hijab show. Okay, the heck.
when Jesus came here in the first century, he was a conqueror. He did not take over Babylon. He does not do anything to Babylon whatsoever. In fact, he barely leaves his, the area or the vicinity. He comes in. Except occasionally it goes to
I would
Egypt
deny
and
the
so
idea that he's not a conqueror. We believe he conquered sin and death. He conquered sin and death.
Hey brother, I'm not here for spiritual stuff.
What? You're not here for the spiritual stuff. You're not here for the spiritual stuff. That would make a lot of sense.
This is why,
For the spiritual stuff.
this is why I asked if Islam is spiritual or literal. Okay? That's
Yeah,
why
what did I
asked you
say?
from the
What did I say?
beginning. I asked you if it's
Yeah, what did I
real or
say?
not. You said you don't know.
Exactly.
Okay, beautiful. So,
Okay, beautiful.
Now,
So,
now, let me,
can I ask
I'm
you?
not done.
Because
I'm not,
because
you
all this
can't
is to do
Nice.
with Muhammad.
finish.
Can we just
Let
get to the end?
No, because that's prophecy is step by step. If I refute
No,
the
it's,
entirety of it,
this is step by
if I
step. This is
refute the
pulling
entirety of
nails
it,
every
I'm
step of the
going verse
way.
by verse.
You're not going first by to Psalm 22 at some random point because you wanted to bring that up.
Are you okay?
You jumped.
Are you okay?
Is that what,
Psalm
did you not
22
do that?
is to show you what
So you
Christians
did
do when
do
it comes
that.
to
Psalm 22 was specifically a rhetorical point. It had nothing to do with it. It was just fluff.
not
You did. Right. You did do that.
bro,
Okay.
crap, okay? This
10v1, but you're in the hot seat, bro. Bro, I feel like a UK 10v1 would be fire, bro. If you can get any of the producers, yeah, get a UK 10v1, okay? Get a couple Muslims, you know what I'm saying? 10v1. Get the UK boys, bro. I think I'll do that. I'll be fire, bro. Oh my god, I can imagine it now, bro. I'll do pretty well. I'll do pretty okay. I'd love to do a 10v1, but I'm also just chilling with my community, bro. Like, how many people do we got in the chat, bro? Like 200 people? We're chilling, bro. We're chilling, bro. We're big chilling, bro. I love this, bro. I love this, bro.
This is ridiculous at this point. You already said, let me finish,
okay.
and then you take it, you take the
Is
video,
Muhammad
take the video later, shoot it with you.
Umi prophet to 715?
No.
See, the man knows. He knows his stuff. He knows his Quran.
All right, bro.
So, Surah
I don't know
don't
who
say
that
that.
is.
He's a
I
good
don't
friend
know
of
who
mine.
he
Look, I like him.
That's
Surah
fine, let me
7,
finish
ayah
now.
157. I think he was an Ahmadiyya, but now he's a
my
Sunni.
God, he's gone back to the Quran now because he
Yeah,
can't deal with the
I've gone
actual
back to the
Bible.
Quran.
He
The
can't
very thing that is prophesied.
Yeah, the whole point about Muhammad in the Bible is the fact that you're claiming the Quran. Simply taking the Quran and claiming the Quran, or rather citing the Quran, doesn't diminish your point. If anything, it reinforces it and actually gets the discussion back on task. So I don't understand why she's complaining about someone simply recite the Quran, bro.
So
Right.
ridiculous,
Now,
bro.
Muhammad is prophesied according to the Quran and the
Hey,
Gospel.
guys,
The Quran,
the
yes?
actual prophecy has to go back to the
No,
Quran,
I'm just trying to
go into the Islamic
get
Yo, guys. Someone just sent me a comment of Jake. Look at this, bro. Someone said, I don't know why they bunched us three. Look at the hate, bro. Sig, Elijah, and Nick is what I call straight mediocre apologetics. Lazy approach, no research, and rely on yapping. It's why they'll never make it in the apologetics game. Bro. What? Bro, are you serious? This is poo in a kettle, bro. This is poo in a kettle. I can't believe this, bro. Like, this is top tier poo. This is just rage bait. And Jake liked it? Nah, man. That's wild. I can't believe that. You know what? I'm going to let the comments decide, bro. I think, bro, chat, I think I actually researched well, bro. I think I researched well, to be honest with you. I can't believe that. That's so poor. That's so poor.
on track because no one knows what you're talking about. You're like, Cyrus did a thing, and this guy did a thing, and then this happened, and no one point summarizing it.
Prophecy to you guys before, and you guys have learned it.
Were they all like?
Yes.
Okay.
Jake would
so-
get dog walked in a debate with you. It'd just be like with Nick, bro. It'd just be like with Nick. Like, none of those people, I mean, I remember, bro, if you go on yesterday's stream, bro, I literally went through the entire history of the manuscripts. The entire translation history of St. Gregory Thaumaticus.
Again, let's just go to the end. Let's go to the end. Muhammad is supposed to be found in the Torah and the Injil.
You should react to Arrow versus Jordan, Travis, and Abraham was he cooked them. Or on the Filioque. Whoa. Okay.
Now when we bring the details,
I'm trying to talk about Muhammad. I don't want to talk about.
Bro, he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to because, okay, the problem is Itachi's strategy has not been made clear because she's been speaking too fast. Or rather, she's been skipping over multiple steps. Itachi's strategy is to want to present a text and say that this text has to be talking about a person in the future. And then eliminate any possibility of it being anyone else reasonable other than Muhammad. Now, the way she goes... Now, that is a fair point to make. But the way she goes about that is horrible. Why? Because she tries to do a process of elimination. But you can't do a process of elimination when you can have a near infinite group of people. You can only do a real process of elimination in the span of 40 minutes under a very pressed, very limited number of people that both sides agree on who it could be. However, these two groups do not agree on who that could be. Mrs. Roran Z says, you are more detailed than their Quran. God bless you. Thank you so much, sister.
I literally want to talk about the topic.
Thank you so much for the $2 New Zealand dollars. Every single penny helps to take us full time. So thank you so much.
It's said to be in the Torah.
Can I finish?
Just say so. I'll about Sunny's adventures, but please, Cyrus. So, he's yeah, honest. He's okay. Is he described as the only prophet? Is he described?
Jerome, you to make more medium form videos. Downfall of Uthman was insane. If you want me to make a downfall series, or if you want me to start making more long form content, okay, guys, you need to help us go full time. That's the only way. Okay, you need to go help us go full time. Once you help us go full time, brother, of course, I'll make more long form videos. Okay, of course I want to make more long form videos, but you got to help us here with the streaming, man.
So wait, he's not in 21.
He's in 21.
Oh, so he's called an unlettered prophet in 21. That's interesting. Can you show me where it says he's an unlettered prophet in Isaiah 21?
He's already said yes or no. He doesn't actually
Boom. That's it. That's it. You see what I did there?
You didn't do anything.
You need to pay jizya, bro. That's the only way. Because bro, the new year's coming up. People are going back into work. I might have to go back into work, bro. So gotta pay your jizya, man.
Umi, the unlettered prophet, mentioned in Isaiah 21. She's an expert on Isaiah, but she knows Hebrew. At least in this bit.
Isaiah 21. Let me finish it off because he doesn't want to actually do it.
Where's Umi?
You already say you don't know about it.
Umi.
Now you're strawmanning because I never said Isaiah 21.
You literally did. You said 28 and it's in 21. What up?
You said...
She said 28 and it's in 21. I said Umi. Then you misspoke.
No,
and then you said, which is why I said he's in 21. Where is it? I jumped on that. You misspoke. You did.
Do I take medical advice from AI? No. Don't take medical advice from AI. Sometimes for like dermatology stuff, like I like searching up and seeing what the AI would say, but I don't take advice from the AI. That's stupid. The same way people like experimenting with the AI, but like, oh, what's this thing gonna say? But no, I take it from actual public med research and like NHS. If you tag me on X for videos, I will see them on X sometimes. So tag me on X.
Just like 5 minutes, yeah? 5 whole minutes to say whatever you want. Okay, just like 3 minutes. 3 minutes, 2 minutes. Give me 3 minutes, 2 minutes. I'll do the time. I'll time it. If you can do it in 3 minutes, I'll be very impressed.
Bro, even the people that were supposed to be supporting her left her, bro. Had a Lutheran on IG said that they're more aligned with Catholics than Oriental/Eastern Orthodox thoughts. Maybe in terms of their Western liturgical practice, but in terms of their actual ecclesiastical structure, they're more in line with Orthodox Christians. So it's a mix of the two. They're going to be more in line with the Westerners on some level, and they're going to be more in line with the Easterners on other levels. You have to decide what you're talking about.
Okay, so what we have in the remainder of Isaiah 21 is talking about the donkey rider. So the reason why this can't be the donkey rider, initially speaking, is because of the fact that he does not come and take over Babylon or destroy it. There's no fall of Babylon, historically speaking, in the 1st century AD. That comes from Jesus, peace be upon him, or anybody who's referenced in the Messiah. Now, the question is, it says also a camel rider. This camel rider is indicative of the Arabs through many Jewish and Christian interpretations. Okay, so what we want to know is, historically speaking, what we know is that during the time of Umar and Osman their caliphs, they end up going into Babylon and they destroy all the idols in the land exactly how the prophecy says. Now, there's the issue that the Christians are going to have to deal with. I already laid out for you the issue that the Jews are going to have to deal with, is that the Messiah comes before the camel rider, which they don't acknowledge who is. Now, here's the issue the Christians are going to have to deal with. How is it going to be the case Jesus is going to take over Babylon in the book of Revelation and destroy the idols if the idols are already gone in the land completely from the Muslim conquest in the 2nd century? Thank you, Chris. You can go ahead and give your conclusion. I think I did that in less than a minute.
Well done. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. From esteemed scholar, expert in Hebrew, in the book of Isaiah, particularly on chapter 21. Now, I'm not to that, but what I do know is that the Quran says in Surah 7, ayah 157, that he is mentioned Muhammad in the Torah as a Ummi prophet, a unlettered prophet. Now, unfortunately, she kind of gave the game away when she said that actually in Isaiah 21, yeah, it doesn't say that. So, whatever she's talking about is kind of irrelevant anyway, because the very thing the Quran says that she's trying to validate is not actually there. She's just ignoring it. She's basically...
Wow, the ads are crushing by your stream, Jerome. What? Are the ads affecting people?
to be like, okay, I can't find an Umi prophet. I'll just find any prophet and to be like, yeah, I'll just hammer that in the Quran. Well, that's a disservice to the Quran.
Let me see if I can make the
We should be
ads.
charitable. When I read the Quran, I should be charitable to the author. And if he says, and I quote him, says that in the Torah and the Injil, that they have with them, written with them, they find the Umi prophet mentioned, I would expect to find a unlettered, a Gentile, or a unknowledgeable of the scriptures. These are different possible interpretations of it. I should expect to find that in the Torah and the Gospel. Unfortunately, she can't do it. So what she does is she just talks about some random other stuff that, to be perfectly honest with you, I don't even know. There are people that know much more than me who are probably laughing right now because what she says, man, it's something special. It's something special. But ladies and gentlemen, I actually can just make this worse for her. It says it's in the Gospel. So it's actually, if what you're saying is possibly true, we should also expect the same prophecy or same prophetic utterance to be found in the Gospel that we have with them in the 7th century. We know what that is historically. So a single instance where a Umi prophet is in Matthew, Mark, Luke, or John. And Umi, it says he's in letters. The Gentiles. Oh, so it's multiple people. Oh, so it's not a person. It's not about Muhammad. So it's not about Muhammad. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's brilliant. So there is no actual prophecy about Muhammad in the Gospel. If there was, she would have told me one.
Oh.
Elijah the Messiah or the prophet.
Oh. Ho, ho.
Why makes you think the prophet is Muhammad, though?
I got you. Beautiful. So is there anything else that comes afterwards that's a prophet?
It's describing him as unlettered.
Does it say he's a prophet?
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. So the prophet is Umi. So lettered, Gentile, or unknowledgeable about the scriptures.
Okay, so when we take the words, of the conglomerate of the gospel, what we find is that there's a Gentile prophet going to come and so the Gentile aspect is spoken about in Matthew 21.
Okay, so not John 1. Okay, right. So Gentiles are not a prophet. That's a group of people.
And this is the problem that we have with when you're analyzing these kinds of debates, okay? The amount of drama that these people actually engage in, like the Maliks of the world, the Koras of the world, the Itachis of the world, all these people fundamentally work on one specific aspect, and that is pride. All of them. All of them, without fail, without exception, all of them work on pride in order to be the people that they are, okay? It's just a fact. None of these people are humble enough to be able to actually sustain themselves long time, full time, long term. None of them. Because fundamentally, what's attractive about this kind of dawah, this kind of apologetic, is how quickly you can get fame, how quickly virality clutches onto you, how quickly you can build renown. And once you build renown, it is very, very hard to get off it. It's very, very hard to get away from it. It's very, very hard to disassociate yourself from it. I would ask all of these people a question. Would they do dawah if no one was watching? Would they do da'wah if no money was involved? If there were no cameras? If what you had to do was literally read and pray all day, which is what you're supposed to do as a Muslim, but none of them would do that. None of them would do that because ultimately that's boring. There's no point in reading, in researching, in preparing if there is no gratification from a large audience. If there's no precedent given to you, if there's no honors bestowed upon you, there's no point in doing any of these particular actions.
Why is that?
Because they're expecting 3 people, not 2.
Why can it not be 2?
Because he talks about the Messiah and the prophet separately.
Is the Messiah prophet?
Gifting is suspended, bro.
That makes
He said a prophet.
absolutely fine. The Messiah is a prophet.
Chat on TikTok, the gifting has just been suspended for the live. So what we're going to do is we're going to end the live. All you guys head over to YouTube. All of you guys head over to YouTube. I appreciate you guys, man. Thank you.
Okay, I have switched it back to the. Okay, so well, you can so it's fine. Anyway, now remember, show me Umi, show me Gentile, unlettered, or show me. Thank you for that. That was really nice. I really appreciate that. We shake my hand. Huh? We shake my hands. We'll shake my hands.
He won't shake his hand because this is Malik, bro. And Malik is, I think, he's a bit bigger. He's definitely put on weight. But this is the person I'm talking about, and this is the person in my thumbnail. These people ultimately, fundamentally, are the problem. This person here is the issue. With all due respect, he is cancerous to whatever movement she believes herself to be a part of. He is cancerous. He fundamentally stunts her growth. Does she not remember the fact that when she was partners with Cora, he put all his chips on Cora because Cora got lucky? Cora got lucky. Cora was never going to be primed to blow. And the only reason she did was because she was at the right place at the right time. However, she didn't work for that. She wasn't putting in the hours for that. She retired 2 years ago. She retired for 2 years and then he came back 9 months ago. You want to know who was putting in the work? Itachi. She was putting in the work. When Korra was gone, she was the only one streaming. She was the only female Dai streaming and debating. However, when it came to her big ticket viral moment, when she should have been on Dr. Daff, she should have been there. He chose Korra. He put Korra there. And she still feels slighted by that. But she believes, okay, now that Korra's gone, I'm the main chick. I'm the main girl. I'm best girl. I'm finally best girl. Yay! Surely now, Malik will focus on me, will pay attention to me, will be attentive to me. But this won't work. Because ultimately, you're not sustainable either.
I forgot your question. Sorry. I have it.
Sorry, man, we look into the prophecy a little more. We could talk about it some other time later when we could.
Yeah. Well, I'm not the best person to ask.
I know. I'm
there are
sure
people
Logic
who.
is going to want to talk about it. IP's going to
Yeah, IP would be a really good person to talk about it.
I'm more than happy to actually discuss the substance with him if he wants to discuss the substance.
Cool.
This was a substance.
Hey, Chris, you treated good here, right? We didn't.
No, nothing. Yeah.
No, none of us blasted.
Let y'all.
Taking the Noah's name in vain is a little bit, but alright, I can forgive that.
That's how we operate, bro.
That should be great, right?
That's how we operate, bro. When people aren't ripping our books and doing stuff like we Gucci, bro. But when people start ripping our books up,
All the people to tell me that.
Hey, bro. When people start ripping books up, brother.
He's never ripped a book, though. I don't understand. And this is the problem. He makes everything like gang affiliated. And what I mean by that is he brings in this gang mentality into the DAWAH. What is this? What, like, is the DAWAH a gang? Seriously? Is this what you do? Albeit, right, this conversation was terrible. It was a conversation. And it was remotely theological. You've stepped in now for absolutely, seemingly, no reason at all. Only to basically assert the fact that, oh, well, y'all are ripping up the Quran, man. I gotta stand on business. Stop. You are a cancer to this. You fundamentally represent what is cancerous about DAWAH. And that's amidst the claims that they defend and the way that they carry themselves and all the drama. You actually, no, you aren't actually something just like that. You are the quintessential problem. You represent quintessentially what is the problem with DAWAH. You quintessentially represent what the problem is with DAWAH. You are the problem. Okay? Oh, you wanted to go to the bright lights of Korra. Okay, sorry. No, let me start at the beginning. You wanted to go with the bright lights of Orthodox Muslim. Okay, we're going to try get him debates with God Logic. You're going to follow him around. Didn't really work. Oh, but he's going to try and link up with Sneeko. And then you realized, Libiana doesn't really like me. I'm going to basically wean myself off him. But I'm going to go to Korra. I need to go to Korra. Okay, I'm going to go to Korra. I'm going to build this whole system. I'm going to get Korra, Itachi, Maki, all these girls around me. I'm going to get all these other people around me. I'm going to build this entire system. And then that doesn't work. And then you're going to say, okay, no, Club Haru, I'm going to do this whole thing. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to do me. I'm going to do me. I'm going to do this. You know what I'm saying? I'm tough like that, bro. I'll stand on business. Or, you know, you know what I'm saying? I changed the DAWAH. Man. I know what I'm doing straight up. You know what I'm saying? I changed the DAWAH straight up. You're the problem. You believe that you're not a system player, that you're a system in yourself. You're an ecosystem in yourself. You're an ecosystem onto yourself. That everyone should basically kiss your ring every time you get famous. Every time they get famous, sorry. And ultimately, you're the problem. You are the issue. You are the issue. Honestly, if they removed you, probably they'd do better. They'd probably do better. But funnily enough, your ego won't allow you to step back from the DAWAH. It can't. Because for you, you have a point to prove. You came into the scene with a chip on your shoulder. You came in here trying to prove something. Like, you are the problem. Ultimately, every single decision that's been made that's represented here, has been made because of you. Realistically, you are the reason that God Logic has a fail-safe in Libiano if he ever gets a decrease in his content. Realistically. You are the reason why Libiano has his growth stunted. You are the reason why Cora has her growth stunted. And you will be the reason why Itachi will fail. It's always been you. And I'm not saying this as someone that's wanting to create personal attacks. I'm analyzing the debates. I'm analyzing the content. I'm analyzing actually what's going on. I'm not looking into your personal life. I'm not going around saying, ooh, what's Malik got covered today? I'm not. But the problem is, the downfall of the new guard has been you. You are the gangrene that makes them not be able to walk. You are that bunion that they can't get rid of. You're the guy at the company that no one can fire, but no one likes. Because ultimately, all of them realize you're the problem. And trust me, when they become independent, maybe, when they become big enough, when they realize they have no more use for you, they will cut you off. And I'm saying this specifically because I know that in order for you guys to exist, you need to find a way to be sustainable. But you're not sustainable because you have no formal academic training. You have no formal teaching under Islamic universities or schools. You have no credentiality. You have no ijazat from anyone or authority to do the things that you're doing. Cora got away by the skin of her teeth, and she's destined to fail because of the way you built your platform for her. The way you've built her platform requires you to be there to manage it, and she'll fail. She will fail. Unfortunately. Unfortunately, the method of da'wah nowadays is self-destructive. It will implode. It's not meant to sustain itself. It can't sustain itself. I mean, how on earth can it? How?
It's a whole different story.
I've seen your lives, brother.
No?
I know what you said.
Have you been to my TikToks? Club you like Club Pyro?
Okay, my friend, put it this way.
Bro, like this is so, bro. You're wearing, bro. You're in your 30s and you're wearing like a scarf around your neck like you're a gangster. Bro, we've got gangsters wearing red scarves and wearing t-shirts with guys that are half naked on them. Bro, like, what is this, bro? Where is your akhlaq, bro? This is a mess. The leader of these people, by the way, the person that's brought all of them together, their producer, their manager, this guy is someone that is in his early 30s working with people all under the age of 25. He wears a red scarf around his neck like he's a blood. And he's wearing t-shirts of half-naked men. Bro, like, is this what we're doing? How is this being taken seriously again? How is this bringing people to Christ? How is this even bringing people to his religion? And I don't even care about, bro, I'm the last one to care about optics, but brother, you're the one that cares about optics. You have your motley crew assembled here. We're all going to fail in around 2 years anyway. And quite honestly, the only reason he's talking to you is because he finds it funny.
You are the biggest Christian donor that we have ever had.
Hey brother, if the cult followers want to give y'all money,
wait. You raised $270,000
and
for IP.
what you gonna do with the money? What's
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Buy a house?
What do you want him to do? What do you want him to do with it?
You know what I want him to do with
because
it?
it was you that raised the money.
You know what I want him to do with it? I want him to preach the gospel and learn Isaiah 21. So next time when she debates,
but you gave him the money.
Right.
But you gave him the money.
And what was that? What the heck was that? What was that? That was the big moment. Look, I don't hate on anybody, yeah. I don't. I find it very hard to keep quiet when I can see an implosion happening. And the thing is, this is so preventable, bro. If you look at people like Muhammad Hijab and why he was able to last for 10 years, it's because he was able to basically just destroy anyone behind him. And for the rest of them, he consolidated them. And they all said, you know what? We're here for the pact. And you're trying to create that in the US, but these people are too childish and fickle to understand that. They didn't grow up in Mohammed Hijab's world on the streets where loyalty was earned and cultivated. They grew up on Discord, where the person who is your best friend is the person that was able to win the arguments the most. None of these people are sustainable at all.
Gave money. Thank you for the money, man. Big help. Biggest Christian fundraiser.
No, I know, bro. And y'all still not gonna be in Islam.
Man, I've raised nowhere near that money. I raised $2,000 for charity. You raised 270 grand for a Christian debater.
We got 1,200 people right now. This is the most clout you've ever seen.
Seriously, I've never seen someone contribute that much to Christian evangelism. It is, man. It's good. That's good, man.
Come on.
I'll ask IP. Okay.
Yeah, the mic. You got the mic?
Which one?
Oh, boy, which one is it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's still
Which one's your mic?
Bro, that was straight poo in a kettle. Do you know what I mean? And then the aftermath on Discord, and then the aftermath was just stupid. You know? Anyways, guys, go like this tweet because we need to defend Itachi's honor, okay? There's no shame for these people. None of these people have shame. None of these people have akhlaq. None of these people have any deference whatsoever. All of these people essentially are just clout farmers, chasers, whatever you want to talk to, or whatever you want to call them, whatever name you want to push on them. None of these people have any business doing the stuff that they do, to be quite honest with you. None of them. And their movement will die. Like, that's just inherent. Libiano saw it coming. He saw the writing on the wall far ahead. Dean saw the writing on the wall. We gotta stop calling him a weak. Bro, we don't even need to, like, name people like this. As far as a lot of people are concerned, he's a lolcow. Him and Warren are just lolcows. Like, what kind of drama are you bringing on the internet just talking? Bro, like, every 5 seconds, you have to talk about how X, Y, and Z said this about my mom, X, Y, and Z said this about my dad, X, Y, and Z said this about my this and that. It's childish. It's so childish. And it's like, we will see it as well. None of us here are proud of what we witness when we see Malik say pretty much anything at all. We all start pretty much snickering and laughing. Like when I look at, for example, a Giant DOC. Bro, I'll give you an example, bro. Yeah? And I like these people, okay? I like Giant Doc Reloaded. I know it's Daughter of Christ. Bro, all they do all day is just cover Malik. Not all day, obviously. But all they do is cover Malik, right? A lot of what they do is they cover Malik's behavior. And when you look at Malik's behavior, it's just not good. Bro, there are channels, YouTube channels, that are completely and utterly dedicated to literally just demonstrating what Malik is saying. And it's just Malik bringing random drama and dirt. And of course, thank God that it's being revealed, because now we know the nature of these people that we're working with, or rather against. But it doesn't put him in a better spot. And he only does it when he feels embittered by these people. He never does it actually for the sake of protecting the deen or protecting the dunya. No, protecting the dawah or protecting the scene. He does it when he feels hurt. He does it when he feels abandoned. And that's not sustainable. That's not right. And that's just not true. Like, look at this. I promise you, he'll probably get on a live stream talking about me, making up random claims or trying to dox me or trying to find private information about me or something of that nature, right? Putting my family at risk, putting my family in danger, even though they've done nothing wrong. And really, I've done nothing wrong. Because I've expressed the idea that maybe you need to act with a bit more maturity. Because I've asked you to act your age. I stand by that. We should act our age. You're not 23 anymore. You're not 24 anymore where you can shout and make jokes and laugh and scream on stream. Be a professional. Like, I don't understand. If you look, bro, you know one thing I'll say, yeah? As much as I make, like, good thumbnails, yeah? Let's go to my page, right? Let's look at all the content that I've made. This is the stream today. Debate review. This was covering Uthman's stuff, right? This was covering Uthman's stuff. Specifically, this was covering the lies that he said. This was, again, accountability holding. Again, what was this one? Christian stream. This was just me catching up on what was going on. This is another one catching up on the Uthman situation. Debate stream, debate stream, debate stream. Research stream. Debate review stream / research stream. Debate stream. Research stream. Debate stream. Debate stream. Debate stream. Review stream. Debate stream. Review stream. Review stream. Review / research. Review / research. Review. Debate stream. Debate. Debate. Review. Debate. Review. Debate. Review. Review. Debate. 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 Review and information. 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 Review and review. Like, a lot of my content is just debating and reviewing. And when I go on Malik, it's basically just not even him debating or even reviewing. It's just him trashing on other people. How is that sustainable? I don't know. Okay, like why are we doing this? You know what I mean? Like, it's just not sustainable. I have with my little audience, my little corner of the internet, my little 189 viewers. Because now I know that that's like my viewers. Like, my viewership is like 200 on YouTube. So okay, and now I know my viewership. We'll get back up to 30k, 300, 400 million over time. 300, 400 viewers over time. So all we've done on this channel is try to highlight things that are true and expose falsity. That's all we've tried to do. That's all we try to do every single time. And we've been called out for it. But guess what? God has been faithful. So I don't really understand this, like, narrative. You know? The real question is, where will this lead them? It won't lead them anywhere. It will lead them nowhere. It will literally just lead them nowhere. It won't lead them anywhere. And the reason why it won't lead them anywhere is because they know that the dawah is not sustainable under people like him. It's just not sustainable. Because we tried to make it sustainable and it didn't work. It never works and it never will work. So why do we keep trying to pretend and lie to ourselves like it will? It won't. So stop. All right, guys, we're gonna close it out there. Thank you so much for every single person coming in and tuning in. I appreciate you guys. We are going to basically head off now. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. We will see you guys
That's silly.
much later. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Basically like today, but in the evening. And we'll do a call-in stream. We're going to do Muhammad in the Bible. So thank you so much, guys. Take care, and may God pray for me, guys.